You are now entering Video Village.
The last line of defense against the woodland shark. Nice work if you can get it. Oh, come on.
Coming up,
Jordan reviews One Piece Into the Grand Line.
Sam reviews Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, and The Testament of Anne.
And we both review Hoppers,
Ready or Not 2, Here I Come,
Paradise Season 2,
Dead Man's Wire,
The Good Boy,
Bates,
War Machine,
and Melania. We're starting with me this time.
Hello.
One Piece Into the Grand Line. This is the second season of Netflix's live-action adaptation of One Piece. That anime, what has nearly 1,200 episodes and counting. Really.
Don't they all?
Yeah, well, it's gotten to the point now where I think Netflix have also commissioned, or at least producing, an animated remake of the original One Piece.
Right.
With the intention of, or one of the main goals being, quote, cutting out all of the filler.
Sure. Okay.
Because even though it's been going for 26 years, I do think nearly 1,200 episodes, that can't all be significant storytelling.
Killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is the inverse of the Harry Potter thing, which is the point of it seems to be, put all the filler back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to it when we get to it. Because who isn't going to be talking about...
Indeed.
Who isn't already talking about the new Harry Potter?
Yeah, all the people have vowed not to watch it that will be watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the people, exactly. They were like, I'm not going to watch this. Oh my god, she's cutting his hair.
Yeah, this is what we wanted. This is what this is what you wanted? Really? What I want is for some lights.
Yeah.
in the show. But yeah. Colour, but anyway.
Anyway, indeed. One Piece. Season 2, and most of One Piece, but Season 2 included, charts the adventures of the ragtag pirate crew of the Going Merry.
Aren't all pirates ragtag?
Yes, but
it's never like
these are rather rag and indeed tag.
Okay,
these lot. You got like a former pirate assassin. You got like a chef, hot girl,
a chef on a ship.
Yeah, I know.
What? Okay.
Who would have thought it?
Well, a chef would be as a cook. A chef would be a bit of a novelty on a ship.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Like a la carte menu.
The Going Merry is the name of the ship. It's captained by Monkey D. Luffy, Eternal Optimist. What?
I just hate anime, man.
I haven't started talking about it yet.
Go on.
Monkey D. Luffy, Eternal Optimist, Goofball, and self-proclaimed future king of the pirates. In this season, they continue their search for the treasure that all pirates seek by sailing out into an open ocean where they could encounter anything, anyone, anywhere. Another way of putting it is that they're continuing looking for the One Piece by sailing into the Grand Line.
Was that the review?
No, that was that was the intro.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up. I think I talked about the first season. I don't really remember what I said, but I wanted to bring up the second. This has kind of joined the ranks of Wednesday, Squid Game, and I'm assuming Stranger Things.
Ah, yes.
Netflix shows that now have their own dedicated Netflix ident.
Yes.
Which should give you a sense of how much Netflix are invested in this property at this point.
If it's not the most watched thing, it's up there.
Yeah, they're really pushing it out there. I was thinking of Wednesday quite a bit when I was watching it, actually. Reacher also sprung to mind a couple of times as well. Not for, like, the tone of its content or anything.
No, I know what you mean. I think I did the same. I brought those two up for the same reason for a different review last episode.
Do you remember what that reason was?
Yeah, to highlight that I think it was in the context maybe of... Was it The Beauty? I was talking about television as a whole, like this kind of epidemic of just competent pap.
Okay. Of which Wednesday and Reacher...
Of which, like, but saying, like, I'm not rebelling against well-made, kind of seamless TV.
Yeah.
And I gave those two as examples of, they're just well-made.
Yes.
And just invisibly crafted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons I'll get to.
Yeah.
Is I'm kind of bringing it up. Another reason is that their main characters, while not transcendent performances in the same way of, like, Heath Ledger's Joker, for example, I couldn't imagine anyone else playing Wednesday other than Jenna Ortega.
Right.
Or Reacher other than Alan Richardson.
Not Tom Cruise?
No.
Okay.
Funnily enough, no.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen Alan Richardson, and I found out he's basically Reacher anyway.
But this is the more compelling question. Not Christina Ricci?
Well, not for me, no.
You haven't seen...
I haven't seen the original.
Okay.
But Jenna Ortega feels like, yeah, that's Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, but Christina Ricci's also very good.
Okay.
But go
on. I might butcher his name. Inakai Godoy, I think.
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, this is the biggest thing he's done, One Piece. And I don't know much about him or One Piece in general, but I know enough to know that he is live-action Monkey D. Luffy. I don't think they could have found a better person to inhabit that role.
Okay. He is the definitive monkey.
Yeah, the definitive Monkey D. Luffy. He was actually kind of a weak link for me this time, though, interestingly. It kind of made me think a little bit of Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor.
Right. Monkey.
Monkey. Why you do this to me, Sam?
Go on.
Doctor Who, interestingly, was also something I thought of because...
It's shit.
Let me say the review.
No, sorry, look,
You're always going on about how long my reviews are, but you always interrupt me.
When I'm off script, it's when I have fun.
Okay.
So sue me. Go on.
The reason I thought Doctor Who is because the kind of conceit with the Grand Line is that regular compasses don't work.
Right.
They have these specific compasses which guide them to a specific random island. And then when they get there, they have to give it time to reset before they can set sail again. Literally like the TARDIS. Like, it just lands wherever. Okay. They have to be there for a bit and then they go on another adventure.
Very, very quickly, sorry to interject, but I told you before we started recording, I'm watching Lost at the minute.
You are?
At the moment. And there's a scene where Richard Alpert gives John Locke a compass. He's like, you're going to need this. And he's like, oh my God, what does it do? Again, like that fan thing. Like, what? He goes, it points north, John. Deflating it completely. But yeah, go on.
Okay. But the reason I thought of Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor, Behave, is like there are moments where...
You thought of his doctor? How do you know Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor?
Do you want me to do that?
I do. Well, no.
However long this episode ends up being, it'll be entirely your fault.
Entirely? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically entirely your fault.
Okay.
Yeah, there are moments where his performance is well calibrated. The tone of his performance is well calibrated to the moment. But for the most part, for me, it was 0 or 100. It was kind of the same as Markiplier in Iron Lung.
Right.
He's either just like happy-go-lucky, like, yeah, we're having a good time, or he's like determined and angry and like shouting.
Right, you can't modulate.
Yeah. I don't think it's enough to flatten the dramatic moments too much during the show, but I recognise that he was the character I was paying the least attention to.
Okay.
I think part of that might be as well that a lot of the other crew members and the new crew members that join this season, because One Piece just collects characters from what I can tell, is that they all get like a decent amount of screen time and all of their stories and characters feel like they are developed somewhat. Like characters that I'd forgotten about from season 1, I've now come out of season 2 not only understanding them better, but feeling like they've improved as characters over the course of the season. Someone that was kind of like a bit of a coward and like his whole arc is obviously he has to, not be and things like that. So I was like, okay, they are like...
developing.
Yeah, they are developing. And I do think the writing of the show in general is developing as well. I remember a big complaint that I had with the first season is that obviously this is truncating a lot of the story that's told in the manga and the anime, and so I think you could tell when stories were ending and beginning.
Right.
There'd be a moment where it'd be 10 minutes towards the end of an episode in the live-action version, and a new story would be starting.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, they ran out of stuff in that chapter, and now they're starting a new one.
Got you.
Not getting that with this season. It feels like this is the way the story was intended to be told.
Okay. Just better structured.
Much better structured, definitely. I know a guy who's big into his One Piece, and he said, yeah, all right, that one was on me. It came out and I was like, yeah, okay, I see the problem there.
Is his name Borat?
But he said that the first season of the live-action season was adapting about 100 chapters,
right,
as he put it, of the anime or the manga. This is only adapting 50.
Okay.
So there's less stuff to adapt, so the structure of it is a lot cleaner.
Honestly, I just don't know I got no frame of... I don't know whether... It's like conversion rates with currency. Yeah, I don't know what 100 chapters means.
I don't know if 100 is a lot either, but it's half the stuff they're adapting.
It's half,
And the result of that is it's a much more natural feeling show. So, okay, credit to them there, I suppose. David Dastmalchian shows up very briefly to play a villain called Mr. 3. Dexter Resurrection kind of indicated that, creepy serial killer is a level that works for David Dastmalchian.
Oh, he was already... Dark Knight. It's very first film. And then Prisoners. Yeah, that's
definitely. Well, it turns out live-action anime villain is also a level to which David Dastmalchian
I believe that.
Is well-suited.
Also Mortician.
I'm actually going to kind of break a cardinal rule of audio podcasting for a moment to show you a picture of David Dastmalchian in live action One Piece because it warrants being seen. I encourage the listeners to also look it up as well.
Say, okay, should I just not react to completely remove the point of you doing this?
Well, no, feel free to.
No, I will.
And then people can Google and see, like, oh, that's what he's reacting to.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like a kind of host at an Alice in Wonderland bar or restaurant.
Would you believe me, Sam, if I told you that that is not the craziest hairstyle in the show?
I'd believe you, yeah.
Yeah.
It's based on an anime.
Well, absolutely, yeah. That was part of the fun for me. In the same way that when we were watching All's Fair, the biggest laughs was just whatever Kim Kardashian was wearing when she came into a room.
Yes.
Part of the fun for me is just watching what, like, insane hairstyle are we going to get next.
Right.
I think the most insane one probably goes to... Is it Mark Harelik?
Mark Harelik, I think.
Harelik?
Yeah.
Who plays a character called Hiraluk,
Okay.
I think. And I'm going to show you his hair now as well. Again,
Are you talking about the guy that plays God in Preacher?
I believe that's him.
Yes, okay.
Yes. That's his hair.
Yes, okay. What's that remind me of?
There's also a column of hair that's going, like, out the back of his head.
Right, okay.
It's literally impossible for a human being to exist and function with that hair.
That hair. Yeah. Can't ride a motorbike, that's for sure.
No, can't lie down.
Yeah.
Can't do much, frankly. No. Yeah. And yet he's, like, his portion of the show is supposed to be, like, this big emotional, like, story with a baby reindeer, like a literal baby reindeer that ends up becoming, like, the medic for the ship.
Okay.
Because this is an anime, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, these aren't, like, pirates in the conventional sense. These are basically just superheroes.
Okay.
That sail on ships. Like Monkey D. Luffy, his thing is that he is elastic.
Right.
So his limbs can stretch and whatnot. There's a character that can, like, consume things. And his
I can do that.
No, but, like... he'll, like, consume something and his body basically functions as, like, a factory. So he's able to... Like, if he consumes, like a sword, his hand will then become a sword.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No. Yeah.
I'd like to be... So the thing with him is, his body's like a factory, you know, so if he eats a sword, his hand becomes a sword. So a factory.
Well, it produces more of the thing, doesn't it? Yeah. That's how the show puts it anyways. Like, he's a factory now, basically.
Right. He's a factory now.
But yeah, the other reason that I kind of wanted to bring it up is because, yes, this is... now that the writing has improved, this has become seamless television for me. There's a moment in the third... Well, I say a moment. It's a whole set piece in the third episode where one of the characters, he fights with, like, swords. He's got, like, 3 swords that he fights with. And he has to... There are 100 people in a bar that are trying to kill him. And so it's basically this Kill Bill style action sequence where he's just, like, cutting down 100 people and counting as he's going. So he knows, like, how many more people he's got to slay. Very well put together, mostly practical from what I can tell. So
it is in that Wednesday Reacher camp where you appreciate it rather than, the same old sludge.
It's interesting because it is a very bright and colourful show because it's emulating the anime to a certain degree. And it does feel like it really is trying to... Like, if we can adapt this, if we can make this work in live action, we're going to do it.
Given what you've said, colour is what's needed. I don't think I want to see a dark version of this.
Yeah, no, it's bright and it's colourful and it's peppy and it's goofy. And that's the thing. Like, there are moments where it gets silly, quite silly, because of the nature of what it is. And I have those moments where I think, is it getting a bit too silly for me, you know? And then they'll do something like introduce a character called Captain Smoker, who smokes 2 cigars at once and has a bike that's also fun. And well, that's the moment I'm like, all right, this is my level again.
Yes, okay.
I can put up with this, you know?
Yeah.
I think to a certain I could see this being a certain generation's, like, Buffy or Supernatural or something like that.
Right.
Like, if you're of a certain age and you find a show like this, like, all of the characters in it are hot. Okay. And there's kind of, like, there's something for both sides. Because there's an episode where, when they first go into the Grand Line, the weather is, like, crazy because of the magnetic fields and everything. So there's a character, the attractive woman on the ship, their navigator. She's coming in like, a bikini and, like, oh, it's so warm out there.
Okay.
And then she's coming in and covered in snow and it's like, oh, it's snowing out there.
Right.
It's not really adding anything to the scene. It's just a hot woman.
Well, in a bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in a later episode, a couple of characters are, like, they've been taken to a doctor's to kind of mend their wounds. But they wake up not knowing where they are. So they're running around this castle, like, basically naked.
Okay.
Like men with, like, you know, who are very chiseled.
Their abs. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, it's a show that's, like, not afraid to appeal to its demographic, I think is the
it's like young adult kind of, like Smallville or something. Yeah, where everyone's hot and yeah.
Yeah.
first show you jerk off to kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that. On both sides of the,
Yes.
I think I've seen things where, like, there are certain Nickelodeon shows where, I think Victorious was one, where there was, like, a couple in that, where I've seen someone say, like, oh, that was kind of my bisexual awakening because I found both of them hot.
Okay. Okay, in that sense, yes. I think that show is pitched a bit too young.
I don't really know. I think Victorious is supposed to be, like, it's not for kids, but it's kind of...
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's like, as kids think they're growing out of kids' TV, they watch Victorious. I think that's kind of the demographic.
Like Drake and Josh or something.
Sure.
But that was meant to be like...
Drake and Josh.
It's, it's not Power Rangers. It's like the next level up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Smallville was one for me.
Okay.
Which is very much... The women in it were very appealing to me.
Absolutely.
And I would have been like, 12, 13, watching that or something, so... Okay.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Like, it's not something that would appeal to you.
No.
And I can't imagine recommending it to my parents or family members or anything like that. But I think that there is definitely an audience for it out there.
Okay.
So I think it's one of those things where if you think it would appeal to you, it probably would. And it's worth looking at. Because I would rank it. Like I said, I don't know if it's something... Like, certainly it's not something I would share with you. Not something I would broadly recommend. But I would put it in the same camp as Wednesday or Reacher.
Well, it's well reviewed, and I think I tried the first season, maybe saw a couple of episodes, and I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
But considering Wednesday is something that I assumed I wouldn't like.
Same with me,
and did. Maybe I should give it a go and just see.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not, but I won't like it, but...
You're keeping on top of culture, aren't you?
Yes, I mean, it is massive.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, maybe I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was easy enough for me. Like I said, whenever I hit those moments where I was like, oh, it's losing me, it did something that made me go, you're not losing me now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would recommend it, but also it might not be for you, and that's okay. Because it's very much for certain people.
Got you. Now me.
Now Sam.
Only for a couple. So firstly, Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and CAROLYN BESSETTE.
Okay.
The first thing to say is that while I knew JFK's son died in a plane crash in Martha's Vineyard, that's all I knew. Whatever confabulations or exaggerations or outright inventions there might be in the show, I'm in no position to scrutinise.
Okay.
So that immediately puts it at an advantage over things like Geen. Because I do know a bit about that story. You know what I mean? This is yet another Ryan Murphy show.
Oh, no.
Or YARMS.
Oh, is that what we're calling
We might as well coin an acronym. They're frequent enough, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's Murphy as writer, More. Murphy as director, Mad.
Yeah.
And Murphy as producer, Map. Which I think all appropriate, incidentally. This is the latter. So it's his guiding influence, however direct or indirect that may be, not the laying on of hands.
Okay.
It feels overexposed at times, which is oddly fitting for a drama about a Kennedy. The sun burns just a little too brightly and makes it occasionally feel like a Hallmark film, which, again, could be artistically appropriate, but I don't think they were going for that. And even if they were, there's a better way of realising it. It's just filmed modernly, in that Ryan Murphy way, like a baseline of slick chic.
Okay.
Sarah Pigeon, funny name.
Yeah.
Last seen in I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Paul Anthony Kelly are real finds. And not just for their resemblance to the real people. I think he's a model, but not a famous one. You know, it's like an Instagram model, something like that. He might have one acting credit before this in something of which nobody has heard.
Right.
But this is his first role, really. He's a natural. I thought he was really good.
Oh, interesting.
In the role.
Okay.
And she's, I think, a theatre recruit. Like, she was Tony nominated for a new original play a couple of years ago.
Okay.
We'll probably be seeing more of them, I would imagine. It's such a shame that Naomi Watts has become a Murphy trooper. Because in the noughties, she was, if not a guarantee of a quality film, a quality performer. Like, up for a couple of Oscars, you know?
Yeah.
I think playing Princess Diana marked the turning point for her.
Right.
There's been a couple of decent projects since then, but since The Watcher and Feud and All's Fair now, I've just seen her as Naomi Watts.
Okay.
You know? Now she's Jackie Kennedy, but it's just Watts in a wig with a funny voice.
Okay.
It can usually be written off as establishing the period, but this is a recurring problem with Murphy shows. Too much fucking music.
Right.
And establishing shot is one shot, right?
Yeah.
That I'll spot you a few tunes even. I'll give you a Cocteau Twins, a Crowded House, and a Lenny Kravitz, there's no need for the sonic wallpaper, other than to pump stimuli into the viewer's brain second to second.
It feels like that's a problem with TV in general at the moment. We don't have soundtracks anymore. We have...
No.
Well, we have soundtracks. We don't have scores.
Yeah, scores are increasingly rare.
Yeah, and I don't know what that is. I don't know whether that's just a case of the showrunner or the writers are listening to music when they're writing, or they're inspired by music when they're writing. And it's the temp music problem. I think Every Frame of Painting it was his last video before he went on like a big hiatus. He was talking about temp music in Marvel films, and that's why you don't remember the score. Yeah. Because you put music on the film as like a temporary, oh, we'll just put it there to edit around it. But then it becomes too baked into the film. And so you have to create a score that sounds like it, but isn't it?
Well, in this case, it's to set the period, because they're all 90s songs. Yeah. You know, I think it's just that Netflix philosophy. Something happening every second. You know?
Or is it the Quentin Tarantino thing, where it's, I don't want a composer to have that much power over my creation?
I don't think this is a case, because these are writers' rooms. You know, I don't think it's a case of, oh, I was listening to this while writing, so it's like married to it for me. Tarantino famously writes to music. Yeah. Like he writes the dialogue. Tarantino's mad with that, though. I can't remember who said it. David Arnold, maybe, who does like compose the Bond music. Tarantino said, I don't want a composer to have that much power over my movie. Yeah. And then David Arnold said, clearly Quentin Tarantino doesn't know how relationships work. Yes. You know? Yeah. I mean, if Fincher and Nolan, like, you know what I mean? It's like, who is he? But yeah, I think it is that thing of just have sound all the time. Okay. You know? As with Red Right Hand, I am demanding a moratorium on Mazzy Star's Fade Into You. Okay. Fan though I am, it's just been used too much now. I understand that it's drama, and it makes sense with like American Crime Story. It's inherently baked into it. But all of these anthologies end in disaster. Okay. Even Sports Story, right? Right. Why not do a happy love story? Imagine such a thing. Yeah. I mean,
it is a story about a Kennedy, though.
No, and that's kind of the family's curse. That's sort of a big running thing in it. And it's not, they don't get divorced or anything. If they do die, it's like, just do a love story, man. You know? And you can do one with its challenges and ups and downs, but with a happy ending. Like, I will say in this, at least there's no hint of gay psychosexual anguish. Okay. Which is new for a Murphy show. He might also consider a story that isn't about famous people. Now, I know these are bio shows, or make one up. A fictional love story. As you know, I'm an advocate of rich people can have problems too, but when JFK Jr. is arguing with his girlfriend Daryl Hannah about his lineage, the air is just a bit rarefied. That said, there is something to the doomed nature of the public romance, and there's some interesting stuff about navigating relationships when you're the son of a martyred president. These were essentially my feelings after the first few episodes, that for a debut, they were probably superior tales to be told, but that it was by far the most palatable Murphy season for a while. Yeah. Its flaws mostly superficial, an irony considering superficiality is usually his greatest sin. That it wasn't rotten at the core, in fact not rotten at all. There were good things about it, less frantic, less glib, even some restraint. And then, unexpectedly enough, it very gently sank its teeth in as the season progressed. I actually grew to like and care about the characters. Besides Grace Gummer, who's decent, Watts is the only real Murphy staple, so liking the show made me lament her inclusion in it even more. Okay. Because without her, the show would be that much closer to a clean break from the same old, you know? Yeah. I like the location of their first date. It's this little restaurant with dense Roy G. Biv lighting. Okay. There's a nice sequence of them discussing and debating how a marriage will practically work. They do feel like an actual couple. And there are domestic scenes that really do feel like a marriage, as far as I can determine. There are long stretches, whole episodes even, that are more like plays, which is hardly Murphy. There's that one episode of Menendez, but that oozed with the self-conscious try-harding of a special episode. Okay. You know? These don't. They're just well-written explorations of a marriage. Paparazzi really are scum. Right. I've encountered a few apologists for them lately. Like, they just have a job to do. You know, they got to pay the bills like the rest of us, which is eerily similar to just following orders. I just get another job. You know, it shouldn't be a job. Imagine that's your legacy, telling your kid you were a paparazzo. You know? By the end, I actually found it quite emotional, and when I look back over the experience, I found it to have been a pleasant one. Okay. More like this, please. Okay. From Ryan Murphy. All right. The Testament of Anne Lee. I thought there's no point me even suggesting that you watch
What,
this.
a musical?
A musical. Yeah.
No.
It's not the easiest sell as well, I gotta say. So this is written and directed by Mona Fastvold, co-writer of The Brutalist, with her husband Brady Corbet, who also co-writes this.
Okay.
It's an original musical, the score provided by Daniel Blumberg, who won the Oscar for The Brutalist. It's filled with expressionistic dance sequences meant to capture religious ecstasy. This is not an art film, but it's an RT one.
All right.
It's a strange beast, handsomely mounted, like a unicorn's head on a wall. Amanda Seyfried commits. It's not always the most flattering role. Her northern accent isn't terrible, but it is ropey. Much more so is Lewis Pullman's. No.
Okay.
I've got to commend the boldness of the undertaking. An original musical is always a fraught prospect. It could easily have gone the way of something like The End. It doesn't. It's a film that takes itself very seriously, but there are small moments of humour peppered throughout. So, a pious man retaining his pettiness in prayer. He's like, I mean, don't help him too... he's still being kind of petty. The failure of millenarian eschatology, they make a joke of that, like, the world's going to end on this date, and it doesn't. Like, so when's it going to end?
Right.
It's been categorised as an epic. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes, and they cross an ocean, but I can't say it felt like that for me. If anything, it felt like a small film. All told, it just didn't click. But it wasn't ridiculous, and I admired the ambition.
Okay.
That's it for that.
Right. So, painless? Relatively painless musical?
Relatively painless. I mean, I've got more patience for musicals than you anyway.
Yeah.
And I admire original musicals for giving it a go. And again, it's about a woman that formed this like religious Quaker movement or whatever.
Okay. Why a musical, do you think? Rather than a conventional film?
You'd have to ask. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's not something that I watch and I go, oh yeah, this had to be a musical. I think partly it's that thing of religious ecstasy, kind of, you got talking in tongues and like the movements, kind of choreographing that. And, so using dance to kind of capture religious ecstasy. Maybe that fed into, okay, let's make it a musical. But it's not a musical with, like, numbers. It's more just religious chanting. It's not kind of, it's not Hamilton, certainly. It's not a conventional musical where the songs are sung. Yeah. It's more just... Right,
okay.
It's more like that. Hoppers.
Hip-hop, hoppity hoppers. Disney Pixar's latest film from Disney Pixar. About a woman whose life is forever changed after being inside another woman's beaver.
The thing that I take from that more than anything else is woman. I just don't think of her as a woman. She's a girl,
Well, she's a young woman, isn't she?
Yeah. No, yeah, she is.
Okay.
But woman, that's the thing that sounded weird to me. Okay. But also, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Mabel Tanaka is trying to protect her grandmother's special place, which the mayor is looking to utterly destroy because he's planning to erect a highway that will destroy the grove and displace the wildlife. I couldn't think of an innuendo for that part of it.
You got erect.
I got erect.
Yeah.
But I could, like, in terms of, like, but why is he planning to...
Okay. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, because destroy the grove, I was like, okay, maybe you could get away with that, but displace the wildlife, like, that's not an innuendo.
How about annihilate the swamp?
Yeah, I mean, would you feel comfortable using that?
Not as like it's definitely innuendo, but I think we're approaching something about like pounding a damp area into submission. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's what he's doing.
He plans to pound a damp area into submission.
However...
With his ham.
Yes. For it is John Ham.
Yeah.
However, upon learning that her college professors have built robotic animals that you can transfer your consciousness into, Mabel hops into a beaver so she can appeal to the animals directly and get them to return to the grove before the mayor comes, before he finishes it. Sam, what did you think of the film?
Well, it didn't provoke sexy thoughts in me, I'll tell you that much.
It's just like beaver. I was like, okay.
I just got you rolling.
How much mileage can I get out of beaver?
Well, I wrote, it's like Avatar. And then she says, it's like Avatar.
Yeah.
It's just weird hearing another film mentioned in a Pixar movie. Like, I know WALL-E featured Hello Dolly quite significantly, but they always feel like these closed-off worlds,
Which is interesting given that the end of the film, where the implication seems to be that a lot of the technology we've seen in the Pixar universe originated here.
Is that what they do?
Well, you see the talking dog collar from Up She shows like all of her plans and ideas.
Oh, right, okay.
And like the dog collar from Up is on there. I think Wally's on there.
Easter egg, though, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're saying that like, oh, it all started here.
Yeah, it's like a little joke.
But obviously people are like, oh, Pixar theory.
Yeah. Universe, yeah. Anyway, it's also like The Wild Robot and Over the Hedge, I think, if I remember Over the Hedge correctly.
Yeah, sure, why not?
But that's about like human fucking up animal environments and habitats, right?
Yeah, they've built like a housing estate.
Suburbia,
not housing estate. That's
that's not a council estate.
This is suburbia. It's kind of encroaching on the kind of wilderness,
foxes and all that. Yeah, I didn't expect to hear Bikini Kill when I tuned in, albeit the one song people seem to know.
Yeah,
Rebel Girl. But equally, I'm not surprised. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jord. I hated this.
I fucking knew you would.
I didn't. It's good.
Why? But you hate animation.
I don't. Enough of this lie. You're gaslighting the audience.
I'm not.
No, it's.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is just as good as the first Puss in Boots.
Have you gone back and rewatched the first Puss in Boots?
I don't need to know that The Last Wish is better by a long shot.
And that me saying that is tantamount to me hating animation.
This is the best animated film, one of the best animated films of the decade.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yeah,
get a grip, mate.
No, that's on you. That is.
Mate. No, get a grip.
You're the mad one here.
Well, anyway, this is good.
It is good.
It's a simple, straightforward idea, pure, and that's felt missing from Pixar for quite a while.
Yeah,
a useful heuristic for their early work has always been toys are people too.
Yeah.
Cars are people too.
Mexicans are people too.
Yeah, and monsters are people too.
Yeah.
Well, this is animals are people too.
Okay.
And while they've dealt with the insect community, it's amazing it's taken this long.
Yeah.
You know, this is old school Pixar, smartly written and sweet. I know you did the joke about Mexicans are people too, but like, that's the point, is by that stage of Pixar's filmography, they'd stopped doing thing.
They sort of started doing more
individualistic stories.
Like it feels wrong to say more human stories because the genius of Pixar is they've always told very human stories through very non-human medium.
Less worldy
Yeah.
films. It's more about this little group of people rather than it's cars, it's monsters, it's insects.
Yeah.
Yes. They've dialed back the realism of the design to the film's benefit.
Yeah, it's interesting because Pixar has been they've had such a rigid style for so long.
Yeah.
Took a little adjustment.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is because we're seeing a shift in animation in general at the moment. I don't think we're going to review it, and I can't imagine it's going to show up on either of our lists at the end of the year. Goats.
No.
Which has kind of dragged the Spider-Verse style down to the point where it's basically just routine at this point, which is a bit of a shame. But also the Wild Robot felt like it was being somewhat inventive in its the type of animation that it was
kind
sporting.
of like those drawn backgrounds and stuff like that. Yeah.
Again, like The Last Wish, where it feels like it was kind of Spider-Verse-y, but also like hand-painted on top of that. Whereas now this is sort of like Pixar's style, but a bit rounder and like chubbier.
It's just kind of straightforward. Like it's not the scenes in Soul where he's alive.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, oh god, like they've really stepped up the and I don't need that. I don't know that I want it to be more realistic.
Okay,
I'm happy with where we're at with this film. You know.
Yeah.
I like how the eyes appear differently to humans.
It's a good way of indicating.
It's a good little detail. I also liked Loaf.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Some funny animation around him. I laughed out loud at his introduction. And I was like, oh, I'm probably going to like this film. It's when she says something to him, he's like, I think I'm going to go now. And he just slides into the water.
Yeah, like in general, like I was a big fan of the Toad King or the Frog King, whoever he was.
Yeah, he was
bad meeting, long. I was like, I like that guy.
Yeah, because a frog would be monosyllabic.
It would be, yeah. Because it's doing that thing. It's playing with like your expectations of animals.
Yeah.
But sort of in its own, like, because we reviewed Zootropolis 2 not too long ago, and that felt like that was like, it was playing into the fact that they were animals, but also making them as human as possible.
Yes.
This is just like, what's the funniest way of portraying a lizard?
Animal fun. Yeah, absolutely. We're watching Veep right now, so Sam Richardson's voice was instantly recognisable.
Yes, he was, yeah. Is he just doomed to be a bumbling idiot in whatever he's in?
I think so.
Okay.
He's not even bumbling, is he? Like Richard Splatt in Veep, he just says that he's not bumbling. He doesn't fumble and he's not awkward. He's just kind of there and he just says things and then goes, "Oh no, okay." Do you know what I mean? It's like a weird vibe that he has.
Richard T. Splatt. Don't know why I said that. My middle name's John.
He's great.
Yeah.
John Hamm, plays a slimy arsehole. Surprise, surprise. Though one that is unslimed as the film proceeds. Robot Jerry resembles a coked up Wall Street version thereof. To which insufferable end Dave Franco is well cast.
Yeah, so a couple of things here. Because originally Dave Franco is voicing like a caterpillar.
Yes.
The son of the insect queen, who is the first character to be murdered on screen in a Pixar film, I think.
No.
No?
Murdered or die?
Murdered.
How do you regard Syndrome?
Well, you don't see it.
We don't see him.
You see as much as you can, I suppose.
I mean, you don't see her, I guess you do.
Yeah, you do. Like,
okay.
She like wipes her on the wall.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just bring that up because I went to the cinema with my sister to see this. Her reaction was great.
Right.
Because you know it's coming. Because it's doing the thing where you can see the character getting angry.
It's Meryl Streep as well, isn't it?
It's Meryl Streep, yeah. Which was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's what a weird thing to bring her in for. But yeah, like the character has anger issues anyway. You'd see it boiling up. It's like, are they going to... And then she slaps her hands together, squashes the insect queen. And my sister just went... like, it's covered her mouth and everything. Right. She was like, I didn't think they were actually going to do it.
Right.
I think that's why she was shocked. It's like you actually saw this character get squished and then, wiped on the cave wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, that character's son is voiced by Dave Franco, but he's pitch shifted because he's a caterpillar.
Yes.
So you don't know it's him until he becomes the human. Which so I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
but then I was like, but no, he's the villain, so maybe
he's right for the role.
He's right
to play a douchebag.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what they did to Robot Jerry, because it's the same model, I assume, as John Hamm, the human John Hamm character.
Yes.
But it just looks so inhuman.
Yeah, there's something a bit off about him. Yeah.
Like, even before the face is sliding off, the robot face and everything, it just doesn't look like a human, but it is a human. It's really well done, whatever they did.
Yeah, it doesn't lose its way in the third act, as these things often can.
Yeah.
Animals going into a human body was something they could have held back for a sequel, if it gets one.
Yeah.
In not holding back, the film has really afforded a feeling of completeness.
Yes.
A proper screenplay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've done everything they can with
that story-type little...
Yeah.
What's more, the film's message, which could so easily have been sanctimoniously anthropophobic, is clear-headed and righteous. It's about coexistence, not that humanity is a stain on the planet.
Yeah, that was something I really appreciated as well, is that the big kind of...
humans are not the bad guys of this story.
Yeah, you think like, the film's building up to, okay, we won't build the highway.
Yes.
Especially since at the beginning of the film, the mayor makes the point, which you're supposed to scoff at, that it only cuts 4 minutes off the commute time.
Right.
But the big victory at the end is that they're just going to build it somewhere else.
Yeah,
it's not that they're not going to build it.
We'll work together.
Yeah.
We're still going to do it, but we're going to be more conscious of the impact.
It's like, oh, good. Okay, this is a modern film that doesn't like hate the other sides and people in general.
Yeah. I really don't do nature, right?
Okay.
So in a sense, I'm a more squirrely get. But I suppose I do want beavers happy.
Yeah. Don't we all, Sam?
Well, it's genuinely effective on that score, right? I think it will make some kids care about the environment.
Oh, 100%.
And it does so without standing on a soapbox or breaking the storytelling. You're like stopping it to just say something.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the mission statement from the off was, let's make a film about conservation, but I could well have left thinking that upshot was incidental.
Okay.
You know? If you're going to do messaging, this is how to do it.
Yeah.
Just some brief points. There should be more guardrails on that hopper technology. All she has to do is sit in a chair.
Yeah.
And it just does the work for her.
And not only that, but it seems like they can't break her out of the simulation. Well, it's not a simulation because it's just her in the... But yeah, like, the whole thing of the film is like, we can't take her out of the chair.
Yeah.
And yet the Sam Richardson character is in a bird that flies into a cliff and explodes. And he just gets out of the machine.
Yeah. It's a little bit... I was going to make the comparison in the beginning with Over the Hedge now, but it's not quite. But it's got that Inception-y Matrix aspect to it, which is obviously Avatar as well. That's what the Avatar comparison. But where, like you go into another body, so to speak, and you die and you wake up. You know what I mean? There's not quite a woodland shark, but there is one that rolls through woodland. And I just to point out, the intro was written around a month before I saw the film. It's just freaky that it lined up.
I mean, that's a great sequence. It's filled with great fun sequences.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm not the biggest fan of anime. As in, I'm not just... It's hard to sell to me. Right?
Yeah.
But talking about it now, I actually want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Which is very rare for a new film at all for me. But especially an animated one. But I know I'm probably one night, when I'm in the mood, I'm just going to have a cup of tea and watch Hoppers again. Yeah. You know? That's a big victory. Well, that sounds bigger than it is.
Yeah, that's probably the best compliment we can give it, is that it's a modern film that we're not... Like, I'm eager to see it again as well.
You're an eager beaver.
I'm an eager beaver to watch Hoppers again. Yeah. Because, it really does feel like that's a film that it knows what it wants to be.
I think it's because it feels like a throwback.
And it feels like this is classic Pixar again.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will be in time, whether it will be regarded amongst that pantheon.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people now saying, like, oh, Pixar's back. And obviously we're not going to know until the next Pixar thing comes along. But it really does feel like if this came out in 2010, so like after Up, I think a lot of people would go, oh yeah, Pixar haven't lost this, right?
Right. I think, because Toy Story 3 came after Up, right, which people loved.
Okay, Brave then.
Brave,
if this came out instead of Brave, people would go, yes, Pixar.
Yeah,
still
exactly
going.
The same. I think it's just the fact that, like, there are very few films that feel like events. Like Hoppers, I didn't know it was Pixar. I didn't know what it was until the week that I watched it.
The only reason I knew about it is that, we saw a trailer before Zootropolis 2.
Right.
And at the end of the trailer, there's that scene where she saves Loaf from being eaten by the bear. And Loaf's like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, this is natural.
Yeah, this is how it works. And then says to the bear, like, you still good with it? And the bear's like, that was weird now. Yeah. It's like, oh, I want to see that. Okay.
Yes.
And the film kind of ended up not being that.
Which, no. But that's what reminded me of The Wild Robot
Absolutely,
as well. Yeah, I didn't expect it to kill the insect queen, even if it was an accident. And just fair play. Like, the villain actually dies as well.
Yeah.
He dies. And it's not like I demand that, right? I want my villains in children's films to die. But for such a long time, we've existed in this namby-pamby relativism with children's films. Like, there are no bad guys, really.
Yeah.
Kids can take darkness. Like, the right amount of darkness is not just tolerable, it's a virtue. We want Gaston to die, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all told, it's a very good thing, and I hope it's a sign of very good things to come. But kind of what you're alluding to, I'd also like to be pragmatic and just taking what I can get.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just hope Disney stands by their recent comments. Like, basically enough with the woke bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this is anything to go by, it's a very good thing.
Yeah, because this could be, in certain circles, considered woke bullshit. Right. But it's not. It's like good. It's a very good version of what it is. And it does feel like it's moving away from that kind of softly kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, but nature's a good thing and people are bad and... But even though humans are evil, there's no such thing as bad guys, really.
But again, this is she's Mabel Tanaka, right? She's Japanese American. Like, does it matter?
Doesn't matter at all to the story.
Remotely.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's just what she is.
She's just that character.
Yeah.
I think that's it for Hoppers.
Yeah, strong recommend.
Strongly recommended. Yeah. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come.
Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Starring Samara Weaving and Catherine Newton and David Cronenberg, if only briefly.
Yes.
That was weird. Has he ever been on screen before?
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
Not like in interviews. I mean,
I know what you mean. Film. Yeah, he's acted in films, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's not that, like...
No.
Still.
Yes.
David Cronenberg's the director, in case people don't know. People know who David Cronenberg is, right? Yeah, like a lot of people say, it's Cronenbergian, like that kind of horror.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
I don't actually know. That's the thing.
We need to explain, like...
Because body horror, it's not, like, a lot of people can't take that. So I guess if you're not into body horror, would you even know what David Cronenberg is?
I don't know. He wouldn't strike me as a director that you need to contextualize, really.
Okay.
But, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we can't...
Like, who's this... No, we can't. But, like, who's this podcast for? It's like...
No, 100... I suppose so,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
In the first Ready or Not, newlywed Samara Weaving was forced to play a deadly game of hide and seek where she risked being killed by her new, rich, Satan-worshipping in-laws if found before dawn. She didn't know about the Satan-worshipping bit, in fairness to her.
New to her, yeah.
This time, it's double or nothing, because Catherine Newton's there too. Two, indeed. Yeah, no, it's very much like a second verse, same as the first sequel.
Tis.
But I don't remember Ready or Not that much. But if this film was anything to go on, it was a decent enough verse to repeat, I think.
Basically.
Yeah.
Firstly, I don't know why the 2's in the title. I hate that there's a 2 in the title. Like, I'm all for the return of the numbered sequel.
Yeah.
Like, fine, Rush Hour 2, why not?
But it also has a subtitle.
Yeah, but not in addition to a subtitle.
Yeah.
Like, just Ready or Not, Here I Come. Surely, that's the title.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good opening, redolent of the retrospective view of the Cinderella story, weirdly in my head.
Okay.
It's like the realistic aftermath, that the marriage was based on the rather shaky foundations of lust, and is unlikely to last. The first film ended with Samara Weaving emerging from a burning mansion and lighting a victory cigarette. This film picks up right where we left her, with her passing out from the experience. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
having like heart failure.
Realistically, after that, when you think about what's going to happen, she's just going to she's going to have smoke inhalation in her lungs.
Has a heart attack, wakes up in the hospital, is being investigated by the police because she murdered people.
Yeah. It's kind of like what people were saying about Jesse. After, like, he's just going to get caught, right?
Yeah.
And then they made the film, which, We'll shortly thereafter provided a welcome catch-up, because, I remember, but I don't remember the first one, you know? And then, boom, straight into the action. It's a solid cast. Many of the actors are familiar faces on TV, less so in film. Sean Hattersley, for instance, Nesta Carbonell. I'm just kind of happy for them, really, that they're in, like, a biggish film. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It occurred to me as well, they're the last 2 winners for the guest actor Emmy, aren't they?
Oh, they're really?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Pitt and Shogun.
Yeah.
I don't particularly root for Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like, I don't care about her, really.
Okay.
But following the 1-2 Buffy punch recently, just glad for her to be working, I guess.
Yeah. She lost out on Original Sin and then Buffy as well.
Yeah. And Nicholas Brendon died.
And then, of course, that as well. But yeah, it's... Because I think the day that I found out that they'd cancelled the Buffy reboot, I was watching the remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay. Which she briefly appears in. She was on screen even when I found when I found out the news. Yeah. So that really felt like, oh, Buffy, oh, you poor thing.
I can live with that show not happening.
Yeah.
Yes, and modern Scream Queen Catherine Newton is a worthy addition.
Yeah.
Her initial emotional responses are appropriate.
Yes.
And she and Weaving make for believable sisters.
Yeah, they were... I liked watching them together.
All right. You're horned up this episode, you are.
I'm just complimenting the
chemistry.
Yeah.
Sex cam. It's escapist fun. So as credulity goes, not so much.
Yeah.
Realistically, if I can use that word, they'd be dead within minutes, right? The film even has them running openly across a golf course with a sniper shooting at them, would they yet manage to evade?
Yes.
So... And while it doesn't bother me, I can't seem to get over the fact that characters address personal drama in the middle of these emergencies.
Yeah.
Do I need to stop bringing that up? Because it's a thing that always, like, it occurs to me whenever I watch these things. Like, no, you wouldn't be talking about, like, your personal drama. You're just trying to survive at this point.
You would try and survive, but I think...
I understand a film has to happen.
Yeah, well, that might be part of the problem, is that you start out making a film... Like, I imagine they started making Ready or Not 2. It was like, this is just going to be fun.
Yeah.
Just a fun, balls-out movie. Mm-hmm. And then you get to a certain point, you realise, but stuff needs to happen. A plot needs to happen. Characters need to happen. Yes. Where are we going to fit it in? Oh, we're not. We're just going to have to, pause the film for a moment.
Weirdly, the sister seems to adjust to this situation quicker than Weaving. She seems to, like, get on board with it quicker. Like, okay, this is what's happening.
Well, I guess she's just kind of like... I mean, part of it is, like, she's the little sister that looks up to her. Why didn't you look after me when I was younger?
Yeah.
But maybe part of it as well is like, oh shit, she wasn't lying about all this.
Yeah.
But at least she's been through it before, so I've got that going for me.
This is basically John Wick in the comedy horror realm. Consequently, there is the mandatory upbeating scene, this time to total eclipse of the heart. And the film closes with a... Not melancholy, because the vocals aren't that affected, but a close thereto rendition of Will You Love Me Tomorrow by a man, which you don't often hear.
No.
It's usually a woman in these things, isn't it? It's a good wrinkle that the participants can't kill each other.
Yep.
And the observation angle reminded me not just of Squid Game, obviously, but moreover, Rat Race.
Okay.
You know, they're like betting on... it keeps coming back to John Cleese. The blind fight was entertaining.
Yeah.
And now we somehow have another film whose climax involves Elijah Wood presiding over a ring being thrown into a big hole. Not to sound like a violent sexual sadist.
Yeah.
But my favourite scene was probably Titus kicking the shit out of the sister.
Okay.
Because scenes like that in movies like this invariably involve the girl miraculously gaining the upper hand. Gal power, you know. Yeah. So I appreciate the starkness of the psychopath just brutalising her.
Yeah.
He's just kicking the shit, you know.
Yeah, they're just not going to overpower him.
No, but they do in these films, you know.
Yeah, but that's what's nice.
Yeah.
They don't in this.
That's it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's not much to say about it.
No.
Because there's not much to it.
No.
Which is sort of its strength, isn't it?
It's, insubstantial, and that's a virtue in this case. Faffless, yes.
Faffless, broadly speaking. Yeah, it's a good cast. I think a lot of the action is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like you said, there are moments where you sort of expect it to suspend your disbelief somewhat. Like, it's not just the fact that the sniper can't hit them, but the fact that, like, he has them in his sights, but then the bullets just fall out.
Yeah, like they have the luck of the gods or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I like as well that just Satan just exists.
Yeah.
There's no ambiguity about it. They're not just like crazy. Like, no. There is like they explode if they upset him.
Yes.
There is a devil in this universe. Watch it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like a weekend movie, you know?
Yeah.
Paradise Season 2. You're going to say it, aren't you? I know you are.
What?
Go on. Just do your opening.
Do my little sing thing. Well, I wrote that before I saw Ready or Not 2, so now I've got 2 singing bits.
Oh, you're singing this as well, okay.
Well, take me down to the paradise bunker with the sky at real in the billionaire's hunker.
Don't do that. No, if you're gonna, you wrote a singing intro. Don't sing it like, oh, I've been made to do this. Like you're reluctant.
No, that was me singing.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You commit to it and you sing.
Live under a big dome.
That's whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever people sing, like they do it in like a funny voice or something, cause like it's too sincere to sing. I'm not having it. If you sing, you sing.
No, I sung.
I thought you were going to sing Another Day in Paradise, but maybe you don't know.
Oh, there is also that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about Melancholy covers?
Yes.
This show has a monopoly on that. Yeah. I laughed out loud because there's the penultimate episode of this. Well, I'll premise it now. But yeah, the penultimate episode is called The Final Countdown.
Yes.
And so that episode indeed ends with, it's the final countdown.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, let's just cover that before we get into the intro then, because a Melancholy meets dubstep cover of which, far from classing up, because that's what's meant to do, right?
Yeah.
Far from classing up like NAF Arena Rock, simply occupies a lateral tier of pants, right? And yeah, just very quickly as well, some of the season takes place in Graceland. So there's a selection of Melancholy Elvis covers, some of them covers of covers.
Yeah.
Just fucking play Elvis if you're Graceland.
You're in Graceland. This is probably the one situation in which you're allowed to just play Elvis's music.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
You crack on.
Yes. Well, Paradise Season 1 was a solo review of yours, I believe.
Yeah.
I've since caught up, because I can't deny that it was an intriguing proposition.
Yes.
A sort of conspiracy drama thriller about who assassinated the US president.
For a bit.
And what the show doesn't reveal until the end of the first episode is, presumably, the last human settlement on a post-apocalyptic Earth.
Yes.
I say presumably because we find out at the end of Season 1 that some people on the surface survived, and so, with all the president conspiracy stuff kind of wrapped up at that point, Season 2 now splits its time between Sterling K. Brown's Xavier on the surface and the new characters that he meets when he's searching for his wife, and the other established characters scrambling to restore order or store chaos in Paradise in the wake of the fallout of Series 1.
I started this season out of order.
You're always out of order, so.
Hello. Some pillock uploaded the third episode as the first.
Okay.
So, for the first 3...
them Disney pillocks. Before you watch this
Hulu. It's Hulu dolts.
Yeah.
So for the first 3, I went backwards.
Okay.
Meaning I started in Paradise.
Yeah.
Picking up right after the first season. So you're wondering, when will Sterling K. Brown come into it? They're holding him back. They're interested, you know. Incidentally, that season premiere, as far as I was concerned, is called Another Day in Paradise, which is the first one back, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? The second episode, we're back with Brown as he's flying a plane that crashes. And
which I think is the order that it was the second
two
one.
is correct, yeah. And he ends up with Shailene Woodley.
Yeah.
And then in the third episode, I was given the backstory for her character.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's a much more compelling structure. Very Lost-like, actually. It was a cool case study, actually, in how to order information. You know what I mean? It's like, I think, you introduce this character, who's she? And then you get, whereas actually the first episode is hers. So there's some, like, kind of intrigue in why you show me this person.
Yeah.
And then he bumps into her. But I'd rather he bump into her and then you get, like, the context for her.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I watched this with my mother. Yeah. And I remember, like, at the end of the second episode, because we hadn't even reached Paradise at that point.
Yeah.
And she was like, I hope this picks up soon. Because she's like, this is nothing that was set up at the end of the last season.
Yeah.
Well, why am I watching all of this? I do wonder if part of... We are going to spoil it, right? We're spoiling stuff in this season.
I mean, I don't have much to say about it, but yes, I don't see any problem with that.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I wonder if part of the reason that the Shailene Woodley episode came first is because she doesn't make it past episode 4.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
So if we see her first, it feels like we've been with her longer than we actually have.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah. Because if you introduce her in one episode and then kill her off in the next one, there might be part of you that's like, oh, why?
Right.
What was the why?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's quite Losty. There are parts of it that remind me of Lost, but random character. We're just going to show you an episode, like, why, and then it becomes clear later on.
Like, what's his face? Ed Kemper. Not Ed Kemper. He played Ed Kemper.
Yes. Yeah, Cameron Britton.
Yeah, he gets a whole episode to himself, basically, and like, okay.
Why are we doing this?
Interesting.
Yes.
And I won't deny that the penultimate episode of the first season, when you actually see the world ending, was probably my favourite episode of the first season of Paradise.
Yeah.
That was when the show really sort of clicked in for me, where it was like, oh, okay, I'm like really on board with this. I just
don't remember it that well. Yeah, I think the pilot I liked, because of that reveal. That reveal,
you're like, oh, okay, I have no idea where this is going.
Yeah, now. Like, thing is, you go, oh, they can't do that again.
Yeah.
And they don't. Like,
yeah.
That's the problem with the pilot, right? It's like a great idea for a pilot, and then you got to just be in that world.
This show in general, I think in hindsight, because I don't know how long they plan to...
I think there's one more season and it's going to be the last.
Okay. In general, it might be an interesting case study in how do you sustain the premise of a show.
Yes.
Because, the first season, it's like, it's half the President conspiracy stuff, it's half the bunker. Then the only thing that makes it to season 2 is the bunker, which is only half of the season.
Yes.
I think we probably... Like, it's on screen for half the time, but it felt like we were there a lot less than... It felt like we were outside a lot more.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
And now, again, to spoil something, season 2 ends, Paradise is gone.
Right. Well, again, it's like the inverse of Lost. It's like, all of a sudden we're in the hatch, and now in this, all of a sudden we're outside.
Yeah.
But then it's gone at the end of the season.
There is nothing of the original premise left by the end of season 2.
No.
So you're like, okay, what's this show now?
Yeah, it's kind of lost it for me. It's watered down. Because you start off with, again, that great pilot idea. And then it's like, I don't know, it's like the usual suspects or whatever. You get that twist and you go, okay, now we're just going to have an hour with Kaiser Soze. No.
Yeah.
You end with that twist,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Okay, I don't remotely buy the psychopath Jane character.
Yeah, I don't remember... Like, I do remember bits of the first season, and I remember her being a problem.
Yeah.
I don't remember her being unsustainably crazy.
Yes. Like a true psychopath.
Like, that character cannot exist in any functioning society.
No.
She's too mad.
Yes. And I just don't buy it. I don't buy the actress being that, and it was a shame to see Cameron Britton just in it, really. Because Mindhunter should have propelled him to prestige. That should have been like, he's only in the very best things, As with the first season, there's a tendency to overwrite the dialogue. It was the same with This Is Us, Dan Fogelman's previous show. Sentimental aphorisms and mawkish parables, and my dad used to say, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that show was essentially a primetime soap opera. The odd mixture of tones is one of the salient features of Paradise. It's always had a soap opera-y element to it.
Yeah.
But this is one element I can't get behind. The way they talk drives me mad sometimes. Perhaps the most deadly flaw is the score.
Yeah. Yeah, I really tuned into this in the second series.
Same. It hasn't changed. It was the same in the first season. But I never tuned into it. There's this pulsy refrain that works like a spike through my head. It sounds like a passing car or Homer bouncing back through the window.
Yeah.
The sensation of it through headphones is akin to a one-day sertraline withdrawal.
Okay.
Right? If you forget a dose, you get these occasional brain zaps. It's just like that. It just buzzes like a tumour beneath the fluttery digital butterfly soundscape.
Yeah, and when I did notice it, I kept an ear on it, I suppose, because I wanted to see if it was constant, because it felt constant.
It is constant.
It's not. There are scenes
not
without
the pulsy thing.
Yeah,
but the score is basically constant.
Yeah, there's the odd scene without score.
Yeah,
but they're the exception, not the rule.
Something had been niggling at me, and when I caught on, it fried my melon. It really, it means that no scene is ever really settled into. And I realised it's an issue I've always had with the show. Like, I caught on, I was like, that's a problem I've... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting as well, because it has a memorable refrain. Like, the main theme of Paradise.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. I'm talking about the main theme of Paradise.
Right.
That kind of, like... Right. That's a memorable main thing. It's like Severance. You remember it. It sticks in your head. So for the rest of the show to kind of be ambient zaps, as you've put it.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I thought that this was a decent... There's some talent to the score because you created something memorable, and now the rest of the show is this. It's
just annoying.
Weird, yeah.
But yeah, the next season's supposed to be the last. I'll see it through, but that is all it is at this point.
Are they making time travel noises at us, Sam?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I didn't know what Paradise was when it started, and that was part of the excitement.
Yeah.
I would never have said it was a time travel show.
Well, Lost wasn't, was it, till it was?
Oh, but Lost was like...
mental.
Yeah.
No, it's not that like there's been any hints of time travel, but also the world of that show, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a massive leap to me.
Okay.
Because we're already dealing with like the epic dome world. It's okay.
And now
we're basically in sci-fi territory here.
Yeah, we have an AI supercomputer that's trying to travel through time.
Yeah, and he's going to destroy...
and is already like implanting dreams in people because Xavier has met Link before he even meets Link in his dreams.
Yeah, one more season then.
One more season.
Let's wrap this up.
One thing I will say in its favour, because it's kind of the one thing where I was like, all right, I think if this show has any appeal, it's that for me. It kind of has a more positive outlook of humanity in the post-apocalypse than I've seen in more recent stuff.
Yeah, the way people treat each other.
Yeah. You go by The Last of Us, for example, and in that show, everyone just wants to kill and eat each other, basically. Whereas in this, like, he's travelling with Shailene Woodley, and she's having the baby. And he's like, I'm going to go get help. And she's like, no, you can't get other people to help us. And he does, and they help.
I think Fogelman's thing is kind of... You know, like Mike Schur creates comedies that are affirming. Yeah. Like, the people that like each other. I think Fogelman, that's the kind of stuff he writes, where people are basically nice to each other.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So I don't know that he's actually well-suited to doing, like, a post-apocalyptic drama.
Okay.
Because there are too many mawkish parables. But, you know... Yeah.
But no, broadly speaking, I felt like that was well calibrated. Like, it did feel like there was a sense of danger to it every now and again. But for the most part, everyone was basically willing to help.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, that's nice. I appreciate that. Especially in the modern
depending on the nature of the apocalypse as well. Probably truer to life. You know, there are circumstances where the scarcity is going to lead to, you know, kind of civil unrest and everything.
Yeah.
But basically, I think people would, for the longest time, as long as they could, basically be nice to each other.
Yeah. I mean, this is a post-apocalypse where there's no electricity.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the extent of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, supply chains are broken down and everything, but like, it's just the world without electricity now.
Yes.
It's like, okay.
Which we have done.
We have done.
As a civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure, okay. That's the one positive I can say about it.
That it's positive.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That it?
Is it a recommendation?
No.
Okay.
Not at this point, I'm afraid, no.
Okay.
What about you? You can disagree with me.
Well, I don't know if I do, is the thing. Right. I think, like I said, the first season, you obviously said enough to make me go, yeah, all right, I'll watch that.
Yeah, the first season was like weird and different enough that I was like, yeah, give it a go.
Okay.
You know? It was nothing else like it. And but now...
You think that's working against it now?
Not necessarily because there's nothing else like it, just that it's... Like, it just feels tepid now. Like, it is just watered down, like... he's just out in the world with a gun, and I don't know. It just kind of lost that spark for me.
Okay.
But I mean, you can't just recommend a season 2 anyway, right?
No,
but I guess this probably means I wouldn't recommend starting it at all. Right?
Okay.
What about you?
I guess we'll wait till season 3 to see if the whole show is worth recommending.
Yes. Okay. Dead Man's Wire.
Indeed. This is based on a true story, isn't it? I can't remember the name of the actual guy.
Tony Karitsis.
That sounds right. I don't know if that, but it sounds right. He goes into a bank or like a finance institution that he worked for.
Yeah.
That kind of fucked him over, and he takes the CEO's son, not the son's CEO.
I manage the son.
Yeah, he takes him hostage by rigging up a dead man's wire, putting a dead man's wire around his neck. So basically, if he tries to run, shotgun goes off. No more son.
That was a big gun. No more son.
You run, I'll shoot the sun. Yeah, that's quite a threat.
Calm down, man. Take it easy, dude.
There's a sort of an unwritten rule, I think, with Bill Skarsgård, isn't it? And I don't know whether this is in general or just something we've identified. The less human he appears, the better his performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, on one end of the scale, you've got Pennywise and Nosferatu.
Yes.
It feels like he really does inhabit those creatures.
Yeah.
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 And then you've got Locked and Boy Kills World.
Yes.
Where it looks like Bill Skarsgård.
And The Crow.
And The Crow.
That year.
Yeah, it sounds like Bill Skarsgård, and I don't like what Bill Skarsgård is doing. So this is a weird one where he looks like a human, but he is definitely trying to inhabit a creature of sorts.
Of sorts, yeah. Okay, well, this is Gus Van Sant. He directs. He's a pretty versatile director.
Yeah.
So the mainstream drama of Good Will Hunting and Milk, the indie grit of Drugstore Cowboy and My Own Private Idaho, and then you've got like the experimental art cinema of Elephant and Jerry. Also the shot-for-shot remake of Psycho, which is dreadful.
Yeah.
This finds him in like sort of low-key true crime territory. The film aspires to a 70s aesthetic, set as it is in the 70s. And while the period is never in doubt, it doesn't quite manage it, I don't think. You know, it's a bit too wiggy and a bit too clean, I think. It bears some superficial similarities to Dog Day Afternoon, so Al Pacino shows up here as a legacy performer.
With a funny accent.
With a funny southern accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn. One day of filming, clearly.
Yeah.
Like Pacino's Sonny, Bill Skarsgård's Tony is sweaty and awkward and unpolished. The fundamental distinction is that Tony doesn't shut the fuck up.
Yes.
It's indeed novel to see Billy Skars playing a human man, an unhinged human man, but still. There is one scene where he's presented as something of a nightmare monster.
Yeah.
It's literally a nightmare. But all available evidence suggests that's contractual.
Okay.
Like, he's got to be a monster at some point in the movie.
Absolutely.
And he is good in the role, even if it's rather one note. You know, again, modulation. The rest of the cast is fine. You have to squint to notice it's Cary Elwes. I didn't notice.
No, I didn't either, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him that far from himself.
Okay.
As he is in this film, you know?
Yeah.
We're offered another example of news coverage exacerbating a situation. As Tony sees the SWAT on TV making maneuvers, I never expected it to end with any sense of tragedy. It's just not that. It's not baked into it, and it doesn't. But the ending was still quite surprising.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
he gets away with it.
Gets away with it. Yeah.
It's a capable film about a story of regional significance that unfortunately offers very little food for thought or conversational fodder. I was interested to read that the case was instrumental in Indiana changing the law to place the burden of proof on the defense in the event of an insanity plea.
Okay.
Beforehand, the prosecution had to prove the defendant wasn't insane.
Right.
Which, as John Ronson has taught us, is impossible.
Yeah.
How do you prove, you know? Why this and why now are questions I rarely ask of a film.
Yeah.
A good story told well is a good story well told. But I find myself thinking that here, on one level, it satisfies the general appetite for true crime. But I think the salient point of relevance for me is, while their crimes are not equivalent, the case of Luigi Mangione has revealed a widespread sympathy for plutophobic vigilantes.
Okay.
Certainly gigaphobic vigilantes. We've had plenty of films where the criminal is depicted compassionately or downright virtuously. But that was a little contemporary tang of Dead Man's Wire for me. Like, oh, I guess we're in the mood for, like, fuck the rich guy sort, you know. It's not a compelling enough element on which to hang a film, because I don't know how common that takeaway will be. And it's not like it's a commentary on any of that stuff. It's just something that occurred to me. It's fine.
Yeah, the thing that I struggled the most with was kind of knowing what the film expected me to think of the situation.
Right.
Because initially, it's very much framed as a comedy of errors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he goes there to actually kidnap Al Pacino, but then Al Pacino is away. He's just gone on holiday, so he has to kidnap the son.
Right.
So he's trying to... and then he's like... goes to the receptionist because I think he likes the receptionist, so he doesn't want her involved. But she's not the receptionist anniore. She's actually up in the room he has to go to.
Yeah.
And then when
it's a guy, he's not like, it's not Heat.
Yeah,
he's just a guy.
Which is very Dog Day Afternoon, where it's just like shit keeps going wrong and it's just exacerbating the situation.
I know, like, we can sometimes it's maybe an accident that there's a legacy casting, but I'm fairly certain that's why Pacino's in this,
almost
right?
certainly
Because of Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah.
Absolutely. But then there's a moment later in the film where they're back at one of their apartments. I'm assuming it's Bill Skarsgård's apartment. Don't 100% know.
Yes.
where he does something or something is revealed about the situation they're in that makes the lead cop go, oh, he planned this from the beginning.
Right.
Suggesting he's actually some secret genius that kind of knew everything was going to happen the way that
As far as I recall, him planning it from the beginning was going back to his apartment and knowing the police were going to converge.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
I don't think it was nothing like genius about it. It's just that, because he wants to get on TV, right?
Yeah.
Because he's phoning a radio show during all this.
Yeah. Who's the character?
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo, yeah. He's kind of on there with him.
Yeah.
Which kind of feeds into what you were saying about that feed the rich, like, oh, he's getting his message out and...
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
Not feed the rich.
No. That's the opposite of what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like expressing to the general public, like, oh, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think that ends up working in his favour at trial. That's why he ends up getting away with it.
That's kind of... I'm just thinking of the Live Aid song now, with the singing, feed the rich.
The rich aren't rich enough!
Go on.
Yeah. Well, that was mainly my point.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh, does the film want me to think that this is all one big disaster, or secretly like a well-planned...
I think probably like he's sweaty and anxious and kind of a bit of a dope, but that there was a plan. Do you know what I mean? That he did. Yeah. He's not as thick as he appears. Maybe.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, like they show the actual news footage, don't they, where he went in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
And the guy, it's always the same in real life. The guy who he's got
never looks like Bill Skarsgård.
No, not just that. The guy in the the guy that has the dead man's wire doesn't look particularly scared or anxious about it.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing that is whenever one watches like beheading videos, they're always chill with it. They're always chill. They always are. They're never crying, and I think, okay, something must happen to you. I don't know, but like. Yeah. Because I'd be fucking vomiting and retching and crying.
What do you think? Do you think it's, well, I'm not going to be beheaded. Something's going to happen to stop this. Or do you think it's the opposite? Do you think, like, well, I'm going to be beheaded, so I'm just going to...
Maybe you're just so numbed out, like paralysed with everything that's happening. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, let's not talk about that. That's it, really.
Is it a recommendation?
No.
Okay.
No. It's not a terrible film. There are some good things about it, but it's just a bit too vanilla.
Yeah.
And like I say, it doesn't offer much food for thought. You go look, oh yeah, it's commenting on the... No, not really, you know?
Yeah, I guess you don't need to see it, but also
you don't need to see it.
I will stop you.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
The Good Boy.
Heal the Good Boy.
Heal the Good Boy.
Heal the Good Boy.
Heal the Good Boy.
And that's our review of Heal the Good Boy. I can't not say Heal the Good Boy.
Okay.
I'm probably just going to keep doing that throughout the review.
It's the Good Boy.
It's the...
For us.
No, yeah.
For Britain, it's the Good Boy.
It's the only title that matters.
Exactly.
The Good Boy.
Which makes
it's a confusing Google, because obviously you get Good Boy.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Yeah.
But it's that Jack Nicholson in The Departed, where they're talking with the Chinese, trying to do the ears like... I don't know where they do things with your from, but here, in this country... Yeah, go on.
We call it the Good Boy. Yeah. Stephen Graham, a man of many accents and much temper and violence.
Mm-hmm.
He has kidnapped...
Plays a guy.
He plays a guy. He kidnaps a Gen Zer, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. A right ruffian who beats up people on his TikTok and takes a lot of drugs and fucks a lot of women.
Yes.
Just out in the open for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Stephen Graham kidnaps him and tries to reform him by locking him up in his basement.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also there's like a weird family...
Yeah, he has a family. He has a son and a wife who seems kind of zonked out. But...
Yeah, and a son who's just a bit too polite.
Yeah, and they've lost the son.
Yeah.
And filling a hole, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the film has that heretic look, doesn't it?
Mm.
Assuming he isn't like his character, Anson Boone gives a decent performance because Tommy is repulsive.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting because when the film started, because it's a very abrasive opening by design.
By design, yeah.
Out in the club, the music is so loud and the lights are flashing so much, and he is so repulsive.
Yeah.
How are they going to make me like this guy?
Right. That's the thing. The way he looks, the way he talks, the whole roadman thing.
Yeah.
He says he doesn't read as a point of pride. Now, I know you don't read, but it's because you don't read. He's like, yeah, I don't read, fuck it. Look, and he's proud of that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. The glasses go a long way to softening his edges, and I'm sure that's why they're there.
It's interesting because it's not as if that becomes an integral part of his look going forward. It's just that scene.
Yeah, but I think that's why they do it, right? You put someone in glasses, they're more friendly and likable.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just my kind of OCD kicking in, because the reason he's given those glasses is because she can... Andrea Riseborough?
Yeah.
Who plays Stephen Graham's wife, she kind of clocks that he can't see properly.
Yes.
So she gives him the glasses, and he's like, oh, fuck, this is like... I can actually see things.
I didn't know, yeah.
Yeah. And so, he uses them to read for that one scene, and then for the rest of the film, he's reading without his glasses.
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah, no, I know.
You know. It's not a point against the film, it's just...
A niggle.
Yeah, it's like, probably from their perspective, like, well, the glasses serve their purpose, we don't need them anymore.
Yes.
But it would have been nice for them to...
Consistency.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy Stephen Graham as the mild-mannered, middle-class Poindexter with the awkward posture.
Yeah, it's weird.
And that wig is simply ludicrous.
Like I said, he's a man of many accents. Flawless accents does Stephen Graham have. But in this one, he's trying to kind of like do an accent, but not really.
He sort of poshed up a little bit his natural sort of scouse.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more posh now.
It's like the character is trying to hide an accent, which is an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, and I settled into it.
Yeah.
I did think at first, no.
Yeah.
But I did settle into it.
Yeah.
Andrea Riseborough really is a uniquely visaged creature. Most of us are post-birth beings, right? Which is to say we're alive.
Dare I say all of us?
No.
No?
Most of us are post-birth, which she's pre-ghost.
Okay.
That's the distinction.
Right.
I saw her recently in a film called Dragonfly, which is from last year, and this gives me an opportunity to recommend that. It's a nice little gem, indie gem. But anyway, when they catch their son with cigarettes, they punish him by making him smoke the pack.
Yeah.
Right? This is depicted as cruel and unusual punishment. My grandparents did that to my mother.
All right.
Say what you want about outmoded parenting styles. That was the customary sentence not that long ago. That's what you did if you caught your kid smoking. Is it acceptable? I mean, no. But, besides...
Have you not just summed up the entire film in that sentence?
Well, that's the thing. Besides kidnapping the hideous protagonist in the first place, they don't do a great deal with which I disagree.
Yeah.
In movie terms, at least. Like,
yeah.
Make him read.
Just make him confront...
Yeah.
Like, this is... You filmed these TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Were you kind of... Did you throw up a little bit when you saw TikToks on an old CRT monitor?
No.
That's just
just TikToks in general.
Well, I know, but that was just like a collision of worlds. I just didn't need to see.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, just wheeling out the little, like, in school, they'd wheel out the little square TV and they're showing TikToks on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no.
I know. I sometimes will play my PS2 on, like, the massive modern TV.
Yeah.
I was like, it's good, but, like, it weren't built for this. It was built for one of those tiny little bedroom TVs,
Yeah. It's actually interesting. They showed, like, I saw a video before kind of showing how pixel art works.
Right.
Because a lot of pixel art, the old Nintendo, Sega machines, they were Pixar.
Sega, yeah.
Sega. I did say Sega.
You said Sega.
You are mad.
No, honestly, I'm not. You say Sega.
Be silent with your madness.
You're gaslighting me.
They were kind of showing that the pixel art actually looks better on those CRT monitors where the channels were kind of not entirely synced.
Yes.
It actually softened the edges so the models looked more rounded.
Remember when HD came in and everyone was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to see all that detail.
Yeah.
Fuck, no. The film's narrative somewhat mirrors A Clockwork Orange, right?
Okay.
And it's drawn ire from leftist quarters.
Oh, is it?
For seeming to endorse the family's tactics. Love you like, oh, it's a conservative fantasy and all that kind of thing.
Right.
Because it is ultimately a success, right?
Yeah.
I didn't view it through that political lens. It's more that the script committed to the bit.
Yeah.
It's a thriller, but there are shades of horror, and it offers an appropriate ending to that end. If that's your take. What I glean from the conclusion isn't that we should get behind this school of rehabilitation. It's that this family, in all their heightened dysfunction, does care for him, and that trumps the apathy of his actual mother.
Yeah.
Right? You can read into it all something about inner city deprivation and single-parent households, if you so choose, because, those choices were made by the filmmakers after all. It's one mum, he doesn't have a dad. For me, Tommy's arc isn't psychologically believable, right? Little is. Like, hiring a housekeeper, for instance, seems dubious.
Do you know what? That was one element of the film that I kind of appreciated.
What's that?
Because I didn't know going into the film that we were also going to have... is she Montenegrin?
I don't know what she is, but that sounds right. Yeah.
I think she's a Montenegrin housekeeper, which, Stephen Graham hires her. He's like, oh, you're just going to help around the house. But then when he gets to the house, he's like, oh, also we got a guy chained up in the basement.
Right.
Sign this confidentiality agreement, so you can't tell anyone.
Well, that's my point. Like, if she was to report them,
I
don't think they'll have much of a leg to stand on to sue her for violating her NDA. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did that, but she fucking breached the contract.
But I didn't know about that going into the film. I thought it was just Tommy and the family.
Right.
So when there was this added element of, oh, there's also a third party there, which could fall on either side
Yeah, she's the wild card.
Yeah, she could be on Tommy's side or she could be with the family.
Right.
I thought, oh, that's an element I didn't know.
Oh, it's definitely an interesting character.
Yeah.
It's more just like, when you're going to do this, hire. I know they're a bit doolally, but they're not. They're sensible with what they do. So that was a bit like, okay, I don't know how seriously to take this whole thing. But yes, it's more than it's genre fitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whether you believe in the ending, it doesn't really matter. It suits the type of film it is.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of this film, but the ending was one of the better aspects of it.
Okay.
Me. What about you?
I think I was generally on board with it.
Yes. Generally on board, yes. I suppose I meant that literally. I wasn't a big fan of this film.
Okay.
But generally on board, yeah.
Yeah.
But the ending is what made it. Which I bring that up because that's what a lot of people have said is its downfall. Like, no, that's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
They went there.
Yeah.
They committed to that.
They absolutely did. I don't know if he needed to chloroform her. Because she seems pretty willing to go along with whatever he's suggesting.
Yeah, I guess just so she doesn't know where the house is, right?
Okay.
But, yeah.
Still. That did feel like an unnecessary step. But yeah, no, I did warm to Tommy, which is an achievement in and of itself.
Yeah, it's a good job. The actor did a good job, because he is awful in the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, the actor can't be like that.
Yeah.
He's so terrible. Yeah.
I don't know, I like his little rail system that he had around the house.
Like Jesse and
when Stephen Graham was like, now you have access to more of the house. The better you are, the more of the house you have access to.
Yeah. You unlock. It's like a game. You unlock different areas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there are locks, so he can't go to certain bits at certain times. And yeah, I mean, Stephen Graham. Obviously, I love Stephen Graham, and I think that he played his part very well in this. Yeah,
he's getting a bit overexposed, a little bit. Seeing too much Stephen Graham, but yeah, I obviously big fan of his as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And Andrea Riseborough. I really like Andrea Riseborough.
Yeah, she was in it as well. The son, even because at the start he's just this uber positive. Being, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to like you, but I get he served his purpose very well. So there's no elements that I can point to and say like, oh, I didn't like that.
No, nothing I didn't like. Just that it's at a certain level. That's all,
I also think it struck the tone that it struck throughout the film. I think that was the right tone for it. Mm-hmm. I think I chuckled when I was supposed to, and I kind of felt the dread when I was supposed to.
It's a well put together thing. Yeah, absolutely, and I would recommend it.
Yeah, it would be a recommendation of mine as well. Yeah. Go watch it.
Go watch it. Bait.
Is Riz Ahmed the new James Bond? Asks Riz Ahmed. In Riz Ahmed's new show, Bait, written by and starring Riz Ahmed. When rumours begin circulating that he may be in the running to play the next James Bond, the very foundation of Riz Ahmed's reality is left both shaken and indeed Aston Martin DB5.
So this is...
Are you really giving me nothing on that? Is it?
No, alright. Fair play. Yeah, it's Birdman meets the studio, meets Riz Ahmed, right?
Yeah.
The former in the score and certain plot elements, the middler in the shooting style, and the latter in the Riz Ahmed.
Yes.
There's a hint of Toast of London too.
That I'm not familiar with.
Okay, well, it's like Himesh Patel is the Ray Purchase to Ahmed's Toast.
Okay.
Right? It does a little form play with stylistic nods to Bond, obviously, and Bollywood at one point.
Yeah.
It's a quality production in many ways, and it's one for which not doing a review would be conspicuous. It's the type of show that we would, review. But I don't know there's a great deal to say about it, really.
Well, I have to say, I was surprised. I guess I shouldn't be, because this is an Amazon show.
Yeah.
An Amazon-owned James Bond now, so they just have to ask themselves if they're happy with using all the... I'm surprised that, it's not ambiguous. He is auditioning for James Bond.
Yeah.
No, James Bond is name-dropped multiple times in the show.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. I guess this is technically the first James Bond show from Amazon.
Yeah. I'm rather tired of many of its themes, but the writing is decent. Riz Ahmed is a good actor and he gets to be a good actor.
Yeah.
Though there is something of a contrived victimhood around his character. How can he be a nobody with no career but in contention to be the next James Bond?
Yeah, I do think that... I don't know, maybe you can get away with that sort of thing. Like the Doctor, for example, who really knew Matt Smith before Doctor
No, it's
Who.
definitely... But you can't be a nobody either.
No.
You know?
Yeah. I do think that in order for this show to work as well, you have to ignore certain things like... Because obviously the big resistance from the general public in the show is like, well, Riz Ahmed's not white.
Yeah.
James Bond be not white.
Yes.
Isn't Idris Elba one of the biggest fan cast favourites to be James Bond?
Yeah.
I know that he's not the same race as Riz Ahmed, but
he's not white.
he's not white.
Yeah.
And the big thing with Bond is that Bond's not a woman. I don't remember the problem ever being that Bond has to be white.
I think any kind of... If you cast a black... You're just going to get a certain amount of people that like, oh, woke garbage.
Yeah, of course you are.
Which is like... I can't even blame them because of the world in which we now live.
There's been some conditioning in that respect, hasn't there? Yeah.
You know, it's a big complaint that Bond can't be a woman.
Okay.
I wouldn't be massively averse to Ahmed being Bond as it goes, as long as the name was explained.
Yeah.
His colour isn't the issue, it's his age, right?
Yeah.
And his physicality. He's just too slight to get in the right shape, for me.
Yeah.
A brown, British, Pakistani Bond might be okay, if pushing it a bit,
Okay.
not a Muslim one. I couldn't get on board with a Muslim James Bond.
Okay.
Not the actor. Yeah, fine with the actor being Muslim.
But you mean James Bond actually being Muslim?
James Bond being Muslim is a no-go.
Okay.
It's hard to know what he actually thinks of Bond, Riz Ahmed, but I suspect he subscribes to the white neo-colonial assignation offered by another character. I think he's probably not too hot on Bond. Especially considering the ending. It's like he conquers Bond. My name is, and he says his name.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you think... There are mixed feelings about Bond in this show.
I was going to say, I find that an interesting take, because I did think in the end the show did pay...
Do you know what Riz Ahmed's politics are?
Oh, yeah, I imagine that I do.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I ended up not disliking the show too much, because I do feel like he was offering a little bit of balance in some
Yeah, no,
areas.
absolutely.
More balance than I would expect from a show that is clearly as much of a...
Bait?
Yeah, as this one. But yeah, I felt like the show did show enough respect to Bond... For you, certainly enough for you to go, well then why is he even auditioning for James Bond if he hates it so much?
Absolutely, but his whole thing is I want to show that it can be different. Like, you know, it's an interpretation. You decide whatever what you think he thinks about Bond.
Yeah.
My guess is that he leans more towards the he's a white neo-colonial dinosaur kind of thing, right? But I don't know. I do like Riz, but yeah, his politics are a challenge.
Yeah,
and that does rear its head in the show. He's all about representation and, you know, whatever. If only the Muslims in the show reflected all Muslims. And that's not me going, oh, most Muslims are bad. And literally, if all Muslims are like this, then we have no issues with integration and assimilation and all the rest of it. I appreciated the fun occasionally poked at the religion. Like, Guz Khan is asked if he believes in female equality, and he says, no, not really. Right, it's like, okay, yeah, some Muslims believe that.
Yeah,
like, Guz Khan kind of represents the more out there, traditional, you know.
And you've got, like, in the first episode, when it becomes clear that he might get a call back, immediately he says to his agent, like, oh, so I have to, like, get rid of all my political raps.
Right.
Like, because I do say fuck Britain or fuck 9/11 at one point.
Fuck 9/11. Riz Ahmed does have a song called, I think it's 9/11 Blues or something like that, but I haven't listened to it. But he uses Ramadan as an excuse for bad acting. He's like, oh, I'm lightheaded from fasting. And the no-nonsense casting director is like, I saw you drink 6 apple juices. Yeah. So I like that stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. And also, it does, like, that character has an ego.
Yes.
That is sort of works both for and against him.
Yeah.
Part of the reason the public even knows he's in the running to be the James Bond is that he deliberately goes through the wrong exit so the paparazzi see him.
Yes.
So this is all his fault, really.
No, absolutely, yeah. I'm just always reminded that we wouldn't be easily granted the same leeway to make those kinds of jokes.
Sure, yeah.
You know, but that's it, really. Like, it's all right. It's all right. I don't know if I'd recommend it, really.
It's an interesting proposition because it feels like... On one hand, it feels like a very personal project for him.
Yeah.
It feels like it's him making a show about his feelings about a very specific thing, which he's using James Bond as the prism to tell that story.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like there are attempts to kind of make it broader. Like you said, the kind of like unreality Birdman moments.
Yeah.
like there's a supporting character that's a severed pig's head voiced by Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
Who I didn't realise was actually Patrick Stewart.
No, I think after an episode I was like, oh, that might actually be Patrick Stewart. Yes.
Because there was something about the way that it's a reveal that it's a pig's head.
Yeah.
Because for some of the second episode, he's just like doing a podcast with someone.
Yeah.
And turns out the pig head is in the fridge.
Yes.
Because he didn't just go out and get a pig's head. It was thrown through his family's window. But yeah, there was something about the voice that made me think, okay, it's an impersonator. And then at the end, when the pig head is like, when that's resolved, I see Patrick Stewart in the credits, and I was like, oh, okay, didn't realise it was him. Because it sounded like an impersonator.
So in the next episode, there's a severed pig head as well.
Okay.
But go on.
Yeah, weird, like,
yeah.
things that match up. Like you said about, oh, this is the second thing in which Elijah Wood watches a ring fall into a hole.
Yeah.
That's also another show Sarah Michelle Gellar is in with a character called Faith, who's like an ass-kicking, like, you know, empowered female.
Yes. Synergy,
man, you know. But yeah, it feels like those are the attempts to kind of make the story broader and more appealing to people.
Yeah, it's not like a very particular individual story.
Yeah.
I don't know who I would recommend it to.
Yeah, I don't know who it's for.
You know what I mean?
It's for Riz Ahmed, clearly. But I don't know who else it's for.
It's for people that watch TV, you know, like they're into TV.
Yeah.
Like us, that are going to watch that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know who else in the world I could watch it with. I wouldn't watch it with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, it came out of nowhere. Like, you put it on the list, and I was like, what's this?
What's that, yeah.
And then when I Googled what it was, I was like, okay, but what is this?
Yeah.
And now I've watched it, I'm like, okay, I think I know what it is.
And it's fine. It's fine. It's just hard to know where to place it, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a comedy. Like, it's 6 episodes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a massive commitment.
No. I guess we'll maybe try one.
Yeah.
And then if you don't like the first one, it's not like you're gonna the rest not redeem that, so
yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah. Okay, War Machine.
Alan Richardson, making his return from his mention during the One Piece review. He's a soldier, and he's big, and he's buff. And he has a big buff brother that gets blown up in Bastardstan or wherever. To honour his brother's memory, Alan Richardson...
See, you got me with that one.
Okay. Yeah. He joins the training programme to become an army ranger, and during their final test to prove his mettle, a big buff metal alien warship starts hunting and destroying all of the men. That's right, it's War Machine versus War Machine in War Machine.
Man... It depends on the performer whether their depiction as the ultimate badass registers as annoying.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No, I like Alan Richardson.
I do as well.
I mean, like, I think he did enough with Reacher where I was like, okay, he really feels like he's suited to that character. Yeah. And obviously we loved Reacher season 3, so I was like, okay, yeah, he's on my good side.
Yeah.
But then he did Playdate, was it? With Kevin James.
Which was a rubbish film, but he showed he had comedic chop. Like, he's funny in Reacher as well, but, like, he's funny because of how closed down that character is.
Whereas that's an overtly comedic performance.
He's the funny guy in it.
Yeah.
You know? Yes.
And now War Machine feels like it's the total opposite end of that.
Yeah, and he's a solid actor. And like, not many of the things I've seen him in have been good.
Yeah.
But he has displayed range.
Yeah.
You know? The training stuff is on the somewhat goofier side of muscular.
Yes.
But only somewhat. I was on board. Despite the fact that I believe you can count on one hand how many female rangers there have been throughout all of history.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like, this isn't a film that bespeaks woke at all. It's just... because these films have a shaven-headed female soldier. They all do. Since Aliens, that's what we do. My suspicion is we won't see Alan Richardson in anything woke. I would guess he's probably conservative.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that would be my guess.
Well, I also wonder... No, I think he's fine at the moment, right? Because there was that brief episode where we all thought he was beating up a neighbour.
But he had, like, a camera on him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe, like, because he's big, perversely, men try and beat big guys up. It's a weird thing, but like, oh, I'll fucking show how tough I am.
Yeah.
So they go for bigger guys. So yeah, he recorded it, and he was completely in the right.
Yeah.
There are latter parts of it that are much more firmly entrenched in Transformers adjacent testosterone bro territory.
Well, again, I didn't know. I knew it was called War Machine. I saw the poster. I knew Alan Richardson was in it. I guessed he was an army guy. Yeah. And he ended up being that. Didn't know it was Aliens.
Yeah, I don't think I knew anything about it.
Yeah, that was a surprise that it was Aliens. And then it committed to the alien thing. And like the film ends with him finally becoming an army ranger. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
going off to fight the full-blown alien invasion.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't think this was an alien invasion
full-blown,
movie.
like, Battle Los Angeles kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, that transform... It's a lot to take, that, like, hardcore...
Yeah.
You know. For good and ill, it's throwback action. Comfortable, but also formulaic. Outlandish, but maybe that's what you want.
Yeah.
Right? It's Predator meets War of the Worlds meets Aliens with that JCB standoff.
Yes.
And just like Aliens, they intend on a sequel called War Machines.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Which is exactly right.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it depends on the people involved, doesn't it? Because usually you hear something like that and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But it was just like, when you said that, I smiled.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Because it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I can be self-consciously... Oh, it's sort of making fun of that trend of, you know. But no, that's about right, yeah. War Machines, that's the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like Alan Richardson. I support him
just
in
kind of
what
watch
he
him in
does.
anything. Yeah.
So
I guess we recommend it.
Well, I mean, it's not a good film.
It's not a good film. It's not a good film.
I certainly won't watch it again under any circumstances.
No, I can't recommend it, really. But I do like him.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect my
I guess we recommend Alan Richardson.
I guess so, yeah. I don't want to watch any interviews with him because what if he's like a bit of a dick, you know?
No, I don't believe he is.
I wouldn't believe it because apparently, last I knew, like him and his family don't have a house. Like they live out of hotels and like a camper van.
No, he is literally Jack Reacher.
Yeah, and they homeschool the kids. And
Yeah.
I think he's like a Christian, like he's an American man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but he can act as well. That's the thing.
Yeah. No, but that's nice as well. Like someone with his frame.
Yes.
And
Schwarzenegger, weirdly like the all-American guy who's Austrian. Yeah, can't act.
No.
This guy can.
Yeah.
That is the distinction from the old action heroes, is the modern ones, most of them can act.
Yeah.
You know?
What was the guy in... I'm not going to remember the name of it, but he's in Lanterns, the black guy in Lanterns, the new black guy in Lanterns.
Aaron Pierre.
Yeah.
In Rebel Ridge.
Rebel Ridge, that's it. Yeah, that's one of the things he complimented about that as well. It's like, an action hero that can act. And that's like good.
Even like Chris Hemsworth, you know, he can act.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, not in... Well, I guess he's fine in Crime 101. It's the film that's the
he's
problem.
been in not great things, but he can act.
Yeah, I mean, Furiosa, that's like a proper out there performance, isn't it?
I would still maybe venture that his performance hasn't been top in Star Trek.
Oh, right.
I think he's like really good in that opening scene. Like, he makes you feel a lot very quickly.
Yeah.
And that was like he became Thor because of that, you know, that's his breakout. Anyway, enough about Chris Hemsworth. Melania.
Can you do a Trump? Can you say Melania in a Trump voice?
I've never really tried. Melania. No. Melania. No, I can't do a Trump. No, not without practice.
No. Well, this is yes about that. Melania.
I'll do Obama. Melania.
Melania.
Yeah. Melania.
What are you doing in my White House?
It's a black house.
Yeah, that Melania, Mrs. Trump, twice First Lady of the United States, in a documentary directed by previously Me Too'd Brett Ratner. It hasn't played well to a lot of demographics, this film. Not. But being the cultural spelunkers that we are, this was a hole we were going to jump down, wasn't it?
I like that.
Cultural spelunkers.
Into the Melania's cave.
I'm making everything sexual.
Which I'm sure is like a cave. It's bad.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to say about this, so I really apologise in advance.
I think some couching first, I suppose.
Okay.
Just because, everyone's saying it's bad. Didn't one person turn up at the premiere or something?
Oh, I don't know.
So it's weird because
was it Donald?
It might have been the Don. No, I don't think he would have bothered.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's a film that, if you even know about it, you're not going to like it on instinct.
If you've heard about it at all, it's as bad as you've heard.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the assumption would be...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A lot of people don't agree with the existence of it.
Yes.
And so they're giving it a hard time as the result of that.
Yes.
No, it deserves the hard time it's getting.
The thing is, you shouldn't trust those other critics because they'd have given it a bad review regardless.
Yeah.
Right? My problems with it have nothing to do with Donald Trump as a person, nor as a president, both of which have many flaws.
Yes.
Just take it from the critics, the cultural spelunkers you can trust. It's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, Melania Trump, the subject of the film, is a producer. On one level, enough said.
Yeah.
But let's say a lot more. Too much more. One can't imagine the Trumps acquiescing to a documentary about them that has this level of access without having, like, final cut, basically, right? I think that can be safely said about any world leader, but also Trump.
Yeah.
It's very much an inside job, from the opening drone cruise over Mar-a-Lago and the glamour shots of her getting in and out of cars with her various high-heeled shoes, to the sounds of Gimme Shelter, Mary Clayton bellowing, rape, murder, it's just a shot away. Off the bat, the total absence of self-awareness is betrayed.
Well, what's interesting... I mean, this isn't the point I'm leading up to, but I'll say it anyway, just because we're in the moment.
Yeah.
Well, there's that song, and then almost immediately the film plays Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
While the credit for original score by appears on screen.
Yes.
Like, that's the wrong place
timing.
to do that.
Yeah. There's another moment like that that's really funny, but we'll come to that.
Okay. But no, the point I was going to make is that later on in the film, they play, I think it's like after Trump wins the presidency again, or it's some event that's celebrating that.
Yes.
They play Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yes.
But without lyrics.
Right.
The only song in the film to not use its lyrics. The only thing I can think is that maybe they had a problem with Rule the World being said while Trump is on screen.
No. But because there are other things that happen that anyone with any self-awareness or sense of remove or just a brain would go, what? You can't do that.
Okay.
We'll come to all of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know within those first seconds that nothing, never mind controversial, but even interesting can happen in this film, right? It's shot closer to what you'd expect of a feature than a documentary. Not to say that it's shot well, it isn't. It's boring and repetitive, but the shots are composed, not captured, right? Staged. They're not drones, but they have that character of movement, following her into a sealed-off church so that she might performatively mourn her mother.
Yes.
It's a commercial, and not even a heavily disguised one. I don't think you'd have to be a movie buff to pick up on its nakedness. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just to make them look good.
Yeah.
The first scene involves her and her team devising an outfit. There's a fleeting moment of anxiety they might not be able to cut it the way she wants. So I was thinking, okay, that's going to be the level of drama. No actual head-splitting, just can we be perfect in time? If only. That's the height of conflict, really.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd heard Melania speak before this film. I'm content to never do so again.
Yeah.
And frankly, that should be my level of familiarity with all First Ladies.
Yeah.
And First Gentlemen. The opulence around her, the gilded furnishings and accessories of her every environment, and the manner in which she is addressed is closer to that of a monarch, right? She's not the first. She won't be the last. At some point, America decided that First Ladies needed to be agents in the administration, right? That they had to be involved in philanthropic work. Don't get me wrong, charity is nice, but I don't know why it's incumbent upon an incumbent's missus to be anything other than his wife. And yeah, same goes for first husbands, genuinely. Nobody elected them, nobody appointed them. It's no different than actors. I care that you perform well, I don't care who you fuck.
Yeah.
Right? All to say that when she's taking notes on French anti-bullying policies, I wanted to slap the film.
Right.
Melania Trump, try as she might, simply does not come across as a serious or intelligent person.
No.
You still have to listen to her saying things like, my creative vision is always clear.
Yeah.
And she's barely literate, even in the prepared voiceover, which is just a torrent of platitudes and boasts.
Yeah.
Right? But, you know, hey, I can't speak Slovene, so...
Yeah.
I don't try, though. It does feel parodic, like a mockumentary whose subject is clearly orchestrating everything to make them look as virtuous as possible.
Yeah.
There's a moment where she's watching a news report about wildfires, and she's supposed to be horrified. Even ignoring the contrivance of, setting up a camera to get her watching that. I'm fairly sure I actually saw her eye flick to the left, like, is the camera close enough? Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Her face can't do horrified. It can't do anything.
No.
She looks like a Team America puppet, and she attacks every social engagement with that awful frozen wife smile.
But it's funny you mentioned Team America, because the biggest laugh that the film, probably the only laugh the film got out of me, other than just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Was, you didn't see the most recent season of South Park, did you? No, in one of the episodes they parody. I mean, the whole thing is like Trump's the villain.
Yes, of course.
And he's fucking Satan, and Satan's about to have his baby, but he's trying to abort the baby.
Okay.
Because he's Trump. He doesn't want anyone like.
Right.
It's all mine, you know.
But he's anti-abortion. Is that the conflict?
Yes, so he can't be seen to be wanting to abort the baby.
Right.
So Mike Pence is having to like go behind the scenes and like abort the baby in secret.
Right,
and stuff
with
like
his
that.
speculum. And okay.
But then ends up in like a gay relationship with Trump. They don't like Trump.
Whatever.
Yeah. But the reason I laughed is because they parody Melania Trump in that. Do you remember that photo where she's like standing in the corner and because her hat is so massive, it's like covering her face?
Right.
So it's like something in like a ghost film. Where there's like a figure kind of hanging
Like an
around
apparition in the background.
Yeah, and so for the whole episode, people in the White House are just not trying to conduct everyday business, and then they just turn, and in a darkened corner, there's just Melania Trump. And that, I think you see, if not that photo, what led up to that photo in the film with the same outfit.
Right,
and it reminded me of the joke in South Park, and I laughed.
Okay, so it reminds you of something else.
Yeah, and that's like the nicest moment I had in the film.
I did laugh, again, we'll come to it, but they also use this bullshit Super 8 filter for certain sequences.
Oh, yeah.
Again, parodic. How do we show that we're a close family and this is part of the historical record? Just slap a filter on modern footage, make it look like a home movie.
Yes.
She meets a woman, this is the moment, from Israel, whose husband is being held captive by Hamas, right?
Yeah.
Said woman is in her 50s or 60s, grey-haired, wearing a t-shirt with a picture of her hub's face on it. The narration explaining the tragedy of her circumstances is placed over footage of the security team waving the metal detector wand over her.
Oh, right.
Right, because she's going to sit down with Melania.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a necessity, but nevertheless a strange audiovisual marriage.
Yeah.
It's like the thing you mentioned before. I laughed out loud at that. It was almost Alan Partridge. Like, gosh, imagine the tribulations of this poor woman as the footage implies suspicion over her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You don't learn a damn thing of value, of course.
No.
There can be a great tension between a documentarian and its subject if the latter is a willing participant, because everyone wants to come across a certain way, and the filmmaker's job is to show what they regard as the truth. This is robbed of all that. This is more akin to the pictures you choose to put on Tinder. If you're humorless, that is.
Yeah.
If you're ripped, I don't think it's unfair for me to assume a disposition to vanity. Your uploads will be topless gym pics. If you look like me, it's good if a sense of humour can be part of the equation, right? This is the documentary equivalent of ripped. They're rich and powerful, so what are they going to choose to show?
Yes.
That the mother's death was hard on her, that they care about the children of the world, yada yada.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, we do learn that Billie Jean is her favourite Michael Jackson song.
Yes.
I don't know if that was public knowledge beforehand, and we are afforded the privilege of listening to her sing it a bit in the back of a car. Yeah, the soundtrack also features Everybody Wants to Rule the World and Spandau Ballet's True for some reason.
Okay.
The Don comes into the picture soon enough. He complains that some sporting event has been scheduled the same day as his inauguration. They're going through like the itinerary, and he says, so at 1 a.m, that's when we can start making America great again. And you just hear this off-screen lackey mumble, we're all very grateful, sir. like there are things that Trump has done that I support, but how exhausting must it be to be around him if you want to keep your job?
Yeah. It's funny, though, as well, because the first time Trump is kind of in the documentary in any capacity, it's a phone call with Melania.
Yeah.
Which the documentary is trying to suggest was captured candidly. It's obviously not.
No.
Trump knew that the cameras were rolling at that point. So he's doing his Trump thing, where she's congratulating him on winning the election. He's like, oh yeah, we had the most votes. It was the best election, best
to his wife.
To his wife in private. It's like, does that man ever switch off?
Yeah, but that might be what he's like.
Be true, yeah.
Yeah. Like, he even has to keep impressing his wife, do you know what I mean? Then later, there's this shot of all the staff, like, smiling, frozen, when he walks down the stairs. There is that creepy whiff you get in things like the quiz broadcast, where everyone's facade is cracking as something sinister happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Many have compared it to the Zone of Interest, which is, grossly offensive, silly, all that.
Yeah.
Trump isn't Hitler or Huss. The elephant in the room for most critics is the distraction of the lavishness while the subject's husband commits atrocities, right? That's what people have said they don't like about it.
Yeah.
I suspect you don't share most critics' feelings about him. As in, we're slightly more balanced and nuanced about him.
Of course.
So for me, it's not the film is trying to put a pretty face on tyranny. It's just the transparent self-promotion and narcissism at its heart.
Yeah.
Crucially, Trump can be funny. That's how he made it, really.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't about him, it's about his wife, though I imagine he had a say. But it's curious that such a humorless object, if it's funny, it's only by accident, can be built around him.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's funny.
Yeah.
Why isn't the film? I suppose he doesn't have a sense of humour about himself. That's the problem.
No,
right?
Very much not.
Yes, demagogues are cliches, and while I don't ascribe to him fascistic intent, he does unfortunately tick many of the boxes with his blustering, braggadocious bravado, or as I'm going to call it, his apricot pomp. Later on in the film, we get glimpses of the big inauguration dinner at Mar-a-Lago, featuring the likes of Elon Musk with a girl on his lap, which just made me think of... that's what both Sam Harris and Eric Weinstein, how they described meeting Jeffrey Epstein. That he always had a girl on his lap.
Yeah.
Bezos is there, JD Vance, of course, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, man. What do you think of that? About him? Because the thing is, right, he was just a guy with a podcast that enjoyed talking to people about various things for long periods of time.
Yeah.
But he's ended up as someone with a significant voice in the culture, which he quite possibly didn't intend. But he is where he is now. So I'm kind of with Sam Harris on the necessity of choosing carefully to whom you speak, to a degree. Like, you don't want unorthodox or dangerous ideas percolating in the dark, but you can't be reckless. So seeing him there, it's a bit like when artists accept knighthoods. I don't care deeply, but there is definitely a part of me that rejects the idea. You're supposed to be an outsider.
Yeah, didn't he have Trump on his podcast, though?
Yeah. And that's fine. Talk to Trump, but like, and he invited Kamala Harris, and she didn't go on, and that was seen as a big, like, it was the podcast election, right? You went on Theo Vaughn as well, and like those kind of are they right wing sort of podcasts.
Yeah.
But I just felt, nah, you're meant to be beyond that. You don't go to like the inauguration dinner.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be anyway.
But also, why wouldn't you?
Because you're meant to be, but because you, by accident or otherwise, have ended up as an influential person.
Yeah.
For whom conversation is the engine of your power.
Okay.
So you shouldn't be going to either parties. I don't know, I just have that vibe of like when, if David Bowie was a sir, part of me would go like, oh no.
Okay.
You're an artist, you're not establishment.
Right.
You're an artist.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? There's a little bit of Biden looking confused and dismayed, which was entertaining.
Yeah.
They do a fucking homage to Goodfellas. And this is kind of what I was talking about with, they don't know what they're doing. The unintentional implication of being that Trump is a gangster. The problem is, these weren't gangsters with an A. They weren't gangsters. They were organised crime.
Yeah.
Just another instance of total ignorance. Finally, the film ends with a shot of Melania and text says, First Lady, 2017 to 2021, 2025 to 2029. I did half expect to say 2025 to question mark.
Oh, right.
Or just 2025 to forever or whatever. If only to piss off or frighten the anti-Trumpers who aren't going to see this anyway, unless they're employed by media corporations to have contempt for it professionally.
Yeah.
My contempt is an entirely independent enterprise. And that's kind of my final word on it.
Yeah, it's a despicable little film, isn't it?
It's horrible, but again, not because it's... Oh, look at this tyrant and making everything look good. It's just, look at this ego at work,
Yeah.
Which can be funny if he's being like all Trump.
Yeah.
But it's vile. It's her and
yeah.
Ugh.
No, it is like, because when you think about what the documentary covers, it's the start of the second Trump presidency.
Yeah, it's the lead up to the inauguration.
It's the lead up to the inauguration. It's the death of the oldest living, well, not anymore, obviously, but at the time, Jimmy Carter was nearly 100 years old.
Yeah.
It was his funeral. You've got the stuff that's happening in Israel at the moment, big, important cultural events. And what's her input? Oh, what hat do I wear?
Yes, that's what a first lady should be doing. But then I don't want her getting involved in those other things.
Well, no, but that's the thing. It's kind of framed as like, oh, she's such an important part of these events.
That she's involved, again, like the anti-bullying and all that kind of thing. They have a hobby horse. Like, they have their hobby horse. They have their hobby horse. They have, like, their issue.
That's what Melania is to Trump, right?
A hobby horse.
Yeah.
A gobby horse. No, they have their issue. It's usually involves children, like bullying or...
bullying children.
they like bullying children.
Yeah.
They don't like child labour laws like in India, and they did it in the West Wing. Like, she was always having some fad charity thing.
She was also always up to some stupid bullshit.
No, it's the meaningful, worthy causes, and that's fine if you just be an ambassador for that stuff.
Yeah.
But we all agreed at some point that like they had to be political agents. Like, no, just be married to the guy.
Yeah.
Wear nice dresses and be with him at public events. Like, you weren't elected. I don't care what you think.
They weren't elected, but also, what other role could they occupy if they're...
Well, don't. Just be a wife.
But I imagine to some people that's not enough. Like, I'm not talking about the public. I'm talking about the person in that position.
Oh, right. I
don't want to just be a wife. I want to do something.
Okay. Well, then have some expertise. Cultivate some expertise.
Okay.
In the area you're going into. Would be my advice.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, like Trump.
Well, no. Melania here we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, I require nothing of a first lady of any country to be anything other than the wife of the president.
Okay.
And the husband the same if it's a female president. I don't want them doing anything else unless they're good at it. If they happen to be a lawyer, as a lot of first ladies have been, then law away, legal away. I mean, when they become first lady, they end up they've got to leave their legal practice, right? Yeah. But if you have an expertise in some issue of social worth, then yes, commit yourself to it. But that's not required by me, certainly. No,
I do agree with that element of like, well, they weren't elected.
No, they weren't elected. Yeah.
So who would want Melania Trump to be in the position that she's in?
We elected Donald. Well, we didn't, but they elected Donald Trump.
But Donald Trump's at least funny.
Yeah, that's true.
He at least
she can't be, right, because she's not a national. She wasn't born in America, so.
Oh, right, okay.
You've got to be,
Yeah. But no, at least he'll What's the recent thing he did with Japan? Like the Japanese foreign minister or whatever it was?
The karate chop him.
No, he was talking about something. The war, probably. Everyone's talking about the wars at the moment.
Yeah.
But he mentioned, like, surprise came up. He used the word surprise. And he's like, of course, the Japanese, you know all about surprise, don't you?
Oh, well, the kamikazes. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see, because obviously very inscrutable people, as we've always said.
Well, you can't screw a Chinaman. I don't know about Japan.
Yeah, I think they're hard to screw.
Same thing. Yeah.
But yeah, she screwed for a moment.
Yeah.
You could see her temporarily screwed and then kind of control herself a little bit. Yeah. Trump's...
the she-Jap screwed.
Alright, well, time to end it there.
If only we can make that the title. But yeah, let's end it there.
Yeah. So yeah, Melania Trump. Well,
Melania.
Well, Melania, but also Melania Trump. Not a recommendation.
No, go away. See you next time.
Alright then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.